From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original SKYMAN battles the master of steam. With an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide and Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Monday, May 31st edition of Nevermind the Furthermore. We're almost halfway through the year. Yay! Anyway, sorry for the late start this morning, folks. And thank you for nothing Windows Update. Just saying. Anyway, glad you're here. Hope you had a great weekend. I had an amazing one. Thank you to Jen Thompson and the Rising Tide Corner for being so amazing at the Indie Author Book Expo in Peoria at the Peoria Civic Center last Saturday. We had a great time, sold a book or two, and sorry you weren't there if you weren't, but if you were, hope you had as good a time as we did, although we don't imagine how. Anyway, we also want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. We've said it before, we'll say it again, we'll say it till the end of time. You need a good-looking book to get people to snatch up your product, your wonderful work. You spend a lot of time working on a book or a comic book, and you want people to be attracted to it. You got to call Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com. You can contact him there, or he also has a Facebook page. Please check him out. He does amazing work, such as this book right here. It is gorgeous. It is Snow Shorts. We can get into Bobby's Snow Shorts. Bobby Nash has a new series of books about his great character, Abraham Snow. And I've written the fourth in the series, Snow Ambition. It is only it's only 99 cents from Amazon.com. You may have heard of them. Anyway, it's a great book. I'm really proud of it, and I hope you will be proud to have it in your collection. Anyway, check out Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you. Also, please check out the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Take a look and a screenshot of these wonderful shows. Heather Ellen was wonderful last night on Comics, Chaos, and Sass, and we've got your entertainment and information covered for the whole dang week. One show a day or sometimes more. Like tomorrow, we will have TED Talks. He will have another amazing interview. Then in the evening, we segue into me. Clever title pending when we have most epic. Michael Watson will be back. He's going to be talking about a brand new release he's got, and how he's crowdfunding it. And this is your chance again. We've had some successful crowdfunders in this audience, and if you have any ambition to get into that arena and have for other, work with other people's money, basically, Michael Watson's the guy to do it. Plus, he is such a great talent, a fantastic artist, and a really good guy. So please bring your best questions, even bring your worst ones, and we'll take them all one at a time. But anyway, you can get stuff like that on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and that's us. Also, thank you to our Patreon subscribers who make what we do very, very possible. And please consider becoming one of our Patreon subscribers, because the money for that goes into the shows. It is a godsend that we have people that believe in us. And if you believe in the Rising Tide mission and the network and the shows that I do personally, we would love to have you as a supporter. Also, check out some of these people, because they have their own Patreon accounts that you can be subscribing to them. And your support is very, very important. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can directly support the creators of your choice, but you also get stuff for it. We have a lot of things that we offer to you, and we hope you'll take us up on it at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And thank you for your kind attention. Thank you for waiting for me. Please also, if you're watching on Facebook, please like this video if you've enjoyed any part of it or plan to. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give this a thumbs up if you would. And also subscribe so that we can increase our reach and battle the deadly algorithms. Anyway, we are surrounded by friends, and let's see if we can get to some of them within the next hour while I'm still talking. And Teresa Dunn, glad to see you here this morning. Good morning, Brian, and Furthermorians. Have a great work week. We will try. And Christian illusionist Jake Lindsay reminds us that today is Memorial Day here in America. And RIP to the fallen on this Memorial Day. It's not about the parties, the long weekend. Real people were sacrificed, and today we remember them for their sacrifice. Well said, Jake. Well said. And it is a time to reflect on, it's like you said, it's not about the picnics. It's not about the any of the hoopla that goes on around the day, because it's not just a day off of work. It's a day to remember people who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we can do shows like Nevermind the Furthermore and talk about what we want and enjoy many of the freedoms that we have today. So, God bless our fallen and all of those who have served this country in our military. And Carl Westman, yes, must remember their sacrifice. And good morning, everyone. Carl, great spending the weekend with you, sir. It isn't as naughty as it sounds, folks. I just dropped a pen here. Anyway, I'm going to retrieve it before I forget and vacuum this room once every 10 years. Anyway, but no, Carl and Carlene and a whole bunch of us just had a super, super weekend at the Indie Author Book Expo in Peoria, Illinois. And if you weren't there this year, you'll get another chance. We are planning to do it again. And anyway, let's move on and let's see. And Christian Jake says 23,049 sacrificed in Gettysburg, 10 million sacrificed in World War I and II. They paid the ultimate sacrifice so we can leave. Exactly. And Teresa and Carl are saying hello to each other. Jake goes on, the sad part is there's unmarked graves in Gettysburg, so the number could be a lot bigger in the casualties. That is very, very true. And there are some people whose bodies never made it back, but we still celebrate their sacrifice and we give thanks to them. And Joe Dog McKeel, hey, I made it before the show started. Hey, you made it before I started the show. Good for you, Joe Dog McKeel, who is the host of our amazing network offering Stupid O'Clock every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 11. It's a great show. Check it out. It's a great conversation show. You'll love it. And because I do. And also don't forget the Stupid After Show immediately afterwards. And let's hear how Brian did at the show now. I did good. I did very well. But mostly it's getting to hang out. Getting to see and hang out and hug. With you and Donna and Amy and John and Richard and Jessica and Lynn and Paul and AJ and Keisha and Michaela and just a whole crew of us. Make a couple new friends. Got to meet Susan Tisdale. That was kind of a treat. I followed her during the thing about Cockeygate, and she was an outspoken critic of the very practice of trademarking common names. And plus she has a lot of good writing advice. So it was really a treat to see her and meet her for the first time. And Jen, God bless Jen Thompson. Jen, the night before, was driving from Iowa and her transmission went out in her car about 2.5 hours from the venue. And fortunately, folks like Carl and Donna and everybody, we were there to try to help out, as best we could, and everything had been set up. So kudos to the Peoria Civic Center They did a fantastic job in setting up the room and herding us into and out of the room. They were a huge help. They were fantastic. And I did very well. Carl, I hope you did too. I really do. And good morning to you, Joe Dog. And yay, Joe Dog. And now to find my witty comments file. Please do. I hope you can't. No, we aren't having interwebs. It wasn't interwebs this morning. It shouldn't be now. But it was a Windows update had hit this computer over the weekend. And I come in here and find the damn thing locked. So I had to reboot it. And so that's why we're a few minutes late. But I appreciate everyone sticking around for us. And hello all. Hello to you, Carly. Mwah, it was good to spend time with you. I can't wait to dig into your book. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Joe Dog says, it's going to be a rough day when the voices in your head agree on a yes-no answer. And the answer is, I don't know. Someone needs to call and wake him up. No, I've been awake for an hour. Well, actually, now about an hour and 20 minutes. I have Tim Hortons. Cookie is out of bed. Today she gets the day off from work. We do have some fun planned. Although Saturday, I don't know about anyone else, and I'd love to, anyone that attended IABE, I would love to hear your opinions. That's the best day I've had in a long time. I mean, seriously. Sold a goodly number of books. I was surprised with that. Because I always go into a lot of shows with my expectations very tempered. But the sales were great. Hanging out with everyone was really wonderful. And I wouldn't have minded hanging out for a couple more hours. Well, we got to. Carl and Donna and Cookie and I went to Michaela's house. And Michaela was a wonderful hostess. Or I should say Andy was a wonderful hostess. Fed us good. Got some great conversation. Got some things settled. And it was good. And then we had a lovely drive back to Lafayette. We took Route 24, which goes a good long way. It goes, we hooked up with it just outside Peoria again, and then headed east through El Paso, Illinois, then Watseka, then to Kentland, then down 41, where we hooked up with 52, just outside of Earl Park, the home of Nicholas Anthony Tockert and family. And then we got home at a relatively decent hour, even given the fact that once we cross the Indiana border, we add an hour on. So, it takes us 2 hours to get to Peoria, but it takes us 4 hours to get home. So anyway, it was a good ride, and we had a great time. It was great hanging with you, Carl, and everyone. So anyway, we did give the Rising Tide a new Ethernet cable. I even tested it before I handed it to him. Now I'm worried. No, please. No. It was not you. It was Microsoft's fault. I promise. And first like and share. Carly, mwah, that's why I love you, darling. You are the best. Thank you. Please share this video. It would help us a lot. We do appreciate it. We don't tell you that enough, but we do. And as of yesterday, we were at 506 as far as our subscriptions went on YouTube. Please support us on YouTube, because if we can get up to the point where the YouTube monetizes this show between that and the Patreon, we can really kick some booty and offer some really great stuff. Not that we don't already, if you saw what we've got on the network here. And anyway, Christian illusionist Jake Lindsay said this Memorial Day is special because we all enjoy these activities, because a soldier was willing to sacrifice his life for this country that he loves so much. Exactly. Like I said, it was sacrifice, and even if they made it back, there's we have a lot of heroes from this country. We won't know all their names, but we know the results of what they did, Jake. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. And Facebook will cancel. Oh, there he is. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You think you guys are relieved? So am I. And wow, Facebook is 12 seconds behind YouTube today. Yeah, see, that's another reason why everyone should go to YouTube. Because every now and then Facebook does us no favors. And I have to say, mostly because of, the picture and sound quality. If I had to choose between YouTube and Facebook, y'all get on Facebook, or rather, y'all get on YouTube, if you know what I mean. And please like and share and subscribe, especially subscribe. That helps us a huge amount. And hey, she's here. I'm awake barely, but I'm here. This past weekend was so much fun. Seriously, I enjoyed this weekend. Again, thank you, Andy, and your family for for welcoming us to your home. And wow, Andy's a great cook. He really is. That is the best Italian beef I have had in ages, and a casserole was amazing. But I can see why you didn't want me to bring chips. Yeah. And if I was aware that there was such a nice grocery on the way up, I would have brought something else. But anyway, I'll know better for next time. And Mikhail's going, "You're never setting foot in this place again." But no, it was a lovely home, and I had a great time. I hated leaving. I told Cookie I hated for the day to end. It was like, yeah, we come into it. We're not sure if our host is going to make it on time. We're not sure where she is. And we are driving in. She had to work late. So she only got about 3 hours of sleep. And then she got a little bit more as we were driving over. But I only got about 3 hours of sleep. One, I was having too much fun in the green room. Two, I kept remembering things because I'm about a year and a half out of practice, really. I've had a few shows during the lockdown, but this was, since the COVID started, this was my 5th show. And I was woefully out of practice. So I'm like second guessing myself and overthinking things. I mean, I still had stuff in the car that I hadn't brought in simply because, like extra books and such. But I'm going to have to reorder books. I love it. I sold enough. I have to reorder some. And 16 seconds getting slower. You better catch up, Facebook, or the cool kids will leave you behind. And hey, Michaela, you didn't wake up at 4 a.m. today? She says, nope, it's a day off. Yeah, Cookie woke up. She normally wakes up around 8, between 8 and 8:30. We set our alarms for 9, because of her work and my shows. My alarm went off at 9. She was asleep, and she rolled over, went back to bed, and didn't wake up again until I had the coffee made. And she's awake now. And we've got some yard work we're going to do some grocery shopping, and just generally spend the day. And I've got to work. I'm working on the newsletter today. So folks, if you have not signed up for it already, please go to risingtide.pub and sign up for our free, yes, it is free, monthly newsletter. It is awesome. And I'll be working on the video. I'm going to do a video for it today. And let's see. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. And there's the crawl. If you enjoy what you see, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because that's what all the cool kids and their friends do. You want to be a cool kid. I know you do. But anyway, please check it out. And also, like I said, please go to risingtide.pub and sign up for our newsletter today. There is a link at the top of the first page, and you'll be glad you did. Who knows what I'm going to talk about? I don't. You got this. I hope so. And I hope that is a thumbs up icon and not the other one. Hey, I was talking to some people over this. Well, I was talking with you, Carl, and we think we know who is doing that. The poor petty person. And it's I find it amusing that somebody goes out of their way to dislike this. I think it's hilarious. I really do, because they could be spending that energy getting some creative things done, maybe even mending some fences that they have broken up, but they don't. But the thing is, YouTube says, "Oh, someone reacted. It's just as good as a thumbs up." And yeah, Mikhail's laughing at us. And my mini-me and I have been getting ready for next weekend, where we'll be at Detweiler Park selling books and paintings. June is a busy month for us. Well, good to hear. Good to hear. I'm going to a show. I think it's around the 19th or the 23rd of the next month. Well, I've got my book here. Let's look. I'm not going to be setting up, but it's a pulp show in Ohio, and the Pulp Fiction Convention in Westlake, Ohio. I will be there. Charles F. Millhouse will be there, and some other friends of ours. I think Jim Beard and John C. Bruni will be there because they're Ohio guys. Excuse me. So we are going to show up and harass people. It'll be great. No, it'll be fun because in the last 10 years, I cannot think of too many times I've gone to a convention simply for fun. Certain amount of networking, yeah, because I dig networking. But there's I just haven't been to a show just simply to be at a show and see what I can buy and talk to people I don't know. I'm usually doing it, but from the other side of the table. This is not a working day, so it'll be fun. So anyway, Michaela, keep us posted. Well, let's see if we can promote you a bit this week, okay? Because we love you. And again, thank you for hosting us. I had a blast hanging out with Willow and her dress. And happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to you, to Teresa. And there she is, author Kathy Jackson. Mwah! Go to Kathy Jackson's books. Also, hope you all bought a whole bunch of stuff from her at the show. It was great seeing you and Matt and your sons. It was so much fun hanging out with you guys. Good morning. You're all amazing. Keep being awesome and do what you love. Hugs and much love. Love you too, Kathy. It was so great to hang out with you and Matthew. That's, it's like I said earlier, it was despite all the things that went wrong. Oh, and by the way, Jen told me she did find out what was wrong with her transmission, and it wasn't the most expensive thing that can happen to a transmission. It is repairable. And in fact, I believe she got her car toted back to Iowa, and this morning is probably being fixed. It was like a transmission filter, which is not very expensive, as opposed to the whole thing burning out. I think one of the cheapest transmission expenses I ever had was there was a cable. My 2001 Saturn S has there's a cable. I have a standard transmission, clutch and all that stuff, all that old fashioned stuff. And the rope between the gear shift and the transmission levers broke. And they told me at the time it was like $600-700, and I'm like, that's not bad, all things considered, for a transmission. And they told me, said that is the absolute cheapest thing you can do to a transmission. So, but anyway, we're glad that our dear Jen Thompson got back, and God, it was so good to hang out with you, Kathy. I love you, I really do, and I love Willow, Skylar, and Juan. Good morning to you, darling. Thank you for all you do for us for the web. Hanging with Web Show Network, and for us by laying us piggyback onto you guys. We love you, Willow. Hope you're going to have a great week. Hope your morning's going well. And back to work. Talk to you all later. Take care, Teresa. We'll talk later. And the Rise Tide Broadcast Network. Good morning, Nevermorians, as you journey around the early con scene. Remember, those of us who can't quite yet, I know, brother. I wish it's getting better. It is seriously getting better. And I will say I was gratified to see most people taking precautions. I did abandon my face. Well, I don't use a face mask at shows. I use a shield. But I abandoned it after a while because I kept trying to take drinks of my coffee and it kept battering against the shield. But no, the one thing is there was enough space there and there was social distancing. I was able to maintain distance from people. So they stayed safe. I stayed safe. And if it came down to it, I did put on a mask periodically. Especially when I was walking around. So, and I couldn't guarantee that 10 feet. So anyway, or in my case, 200 feet. I'm a hypochondriac. But anyway, no, I was thinking about you, brother. And we were talking, we talk about planning FezCon #RisingTideCon. We've got some people that want to help plan and help make it epic. So we need to talk. And speaking of shared, that's what Ryan Permison does. Ryan, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, brother. You do good stuff every day. You are an awesome force here. And good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? Ryan? Please tell us. Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Movies, and celebrating the 100th episode on Anchor FM. Please check that out. Yeah, that's good. Congratulations, Ryan. That's quite an accomplishment. I tell people constantly on here that just getting it started puts you leagues above so many people that don't, that just talk about, I want to be doing what you do. I want to do what Ryan does. I want to do what Carl and Nicholas Tucker and you and Brian does. It's like, then do it. Don't wait for permission. The only thing you should wait for is to get educated as much as possible. But then there reaches a certain point where the best education is at hardknocks.edu. Just get your feet wet, get your hands in there, get dirty, get muddy, and film it. Because I like that sort of thing. But anyway, no. So yeah, but that's congratulations, Ryan. Seriously, congratulations, brother. You're amazing. You really are. And Joe Dog McKeel says, when I was younger, I thought being 40 would be awesome. Now that I am 55, I was right. I want to be 40 again. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Yeah, I have to say, aside from certain physical ailments, Joe, I really don't miss being younger all that much. Mentally, I am sharper than ever, which probably is a terrible comment on my youth, but you know, but I did drink a lot then. But anyway, but no, you know, I've accumulated a certain amount of expertise in life and business that is benefiting me now after all these years. But no, I don't know that I'd want to be 40 again. You know, 50 was pretty cool. I enjoyed being 50. That was about it. And bye, Teresa. And Jackie Lawson, my darling. Wow, we thought of you too. So sad I missed you this weekend. So close and yet so far away. Hope you had a blast and everyone had a successful go of it. I think we did. We had good traffic at the show. It started out, you know, like a lot of shows. You know, it's like you open the doors and the crickets are outside. We'll wait for somebody else. But no, people came in. We had a decent crowd. And thank you to Amy Hale for introducing me to Susan Tisdale. I've been a fan of hers for quite some time. And she came in and we had a lovely chat. And, you know, and Amy told me, said, well, we brought Susan over. I said, Brian's our biggest pain in the butt, but we love him. So anyway, we're sorry you couldn't make it, Jackie, but hopefully you'll show up for the next one. And Jen Thompson says she is planning a next one. And we'd love to have you there. We missed you. We really did. And hey, Kathy, I didn't see you come in. Yeah, she's right over there. She's kind of a wallflower. She doesn't call attention to herself. That's why I'm here, so people recognize her. And Ryan Purvis, check out the latest episode of And I Quote with professional inker and storyteller Barb Kaleberg of Silverline Comics. And you might want to check out this coming Saturday's show. There might be somebody on there you recognize. Who knows? Anyway, please check it out. And here he is, Jeffrey Hayes. Morning, all. Glad you all got to go to an event and things were closer to normal. We were about 45 minutes from normal, actually. Normal, Illinois is just north of Bloomington. That's my map humor, you know. But anyway, Jeffrey, glad you're here. Have a great week. You too, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sponsoring this episode at Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you because it matters to your readers. Anyway, Ryan Permisson says subscribe to the channel today for more great nerdy content and close to 500 subscribers. Yay, you're catching up with me. I love it. And go to Nerd Culture Channel there and get your geek on. And then take it off again, then put it on again. It feels good. Carlene says the people at the Civic Center were so happy to have people there. They were great. They really were. They were fantastic. Seriously. I think they did a great job of herding us into the building. Because from where we parked, you had to walk from one side of the building to the other. And Peoria Civic Center is big. It's huge. It's monstrous. You can't. Steve says you can see the Great Wall of China from the moon, but you can't. But I think you can see the Peoria Civic Center. It sure felt like it when I was toting my stuff in. Well, Lynn and Paul Shively, thank you very much for you and your family for helping us on getting our stuff out. That was so appreciated. But anyway, yeah, we had to go inside, go to the far side, then turn the corner, go to another goodly walk. Then we took an elevator upstairs, and that was fairly close. But no, it was a great time, and they were so efficient and so friendly. And you're right, I hadn't thought about it, but they're probably as glad to see us as we were to see them. Oh, but no, they were wonderful, and some of them came through and were checking us out, and a couple of them were even like, you guys doing okay? Everything all right? Can we do anything for you? And God bless you. No, but we're fine. And some are reading recommendations for Ryan Permison. Get those links to that guy via Facebook Messenger. He's looking to expand his reading collection, and I'm going to expand mine. I finally got around to buying a book of Donna's, which is long overdue. Anyway, the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, Nick Tucker, says the Hybrids #7 in RPG Quick Play is funded. Yes! And reaching for the final stretch goal, we already opened up the chlorine patch. This is not what you think, people. You have to check out the campaign to find out what a chlorine patch is. And are barreling towards the metal trading cart. Excellent. Field #2, issue #7 of the Hybrids, and that RPG there. It's a tabletop RPG playing game based on the Hybrids universe. I have role played it. And Nick, please tell us, how did Saturday go? You were going to be playtesting it. I hope it went well. I'd love to hear a progress report. I'd have tried to have joined in somehow, but I was driving and I couldn't concentrate, and I sure as hell couldn't roll dice. But anyway, because they were at home. But no, and next year we'd like you to be there. Jen actually put all the Rising Tide people in one area. So it was like, our end was kind of like a love fest as we were like traveling to each other's tables. Oh, but no, it started out, kind of challenging in that I'd only had 3 hours of sleep, and I made the drive over, and I was worried about Jen, worried about setting up and everything. Got there about an hour and change early. So we scouted out the area, then went back to East Peoria. They had a Starbucks there. By the way, don't park in a Starbucks. Get your coffee and drink it somewhere else, because the lines start forming. Cookie had to get out, and then she stopped the person, and said, "Please let us out." And we backed up and thanked the lady who let us out. May your coffee always be sweetened. And managed to get out that way. But we would still be there. We forgot about the lines in that place. We should have parked someplace or gone someplace else to drink our coffee. But it was a great day. It was so much fun. Michaela agrees. Yes, Saturday was a blast. I had so much fun. I really did, and made some sales. That's always a gratifying thing. But even if we didn't make a single sale that day, I would have considered the day to be such a blessing, because I got to see all you guys and meet Susan Tisdale. And yes, I was fanboying. And, because she genuinely accomplished stuff, and she's self-published too. It's amazing. She's an amazing lady. And check out Animal Eye Gamelit Kickstarter from Cindy Cap at that address there. All ages Gamelit. And let's check. We have not checked all weekend. Let's get that called up here. There's only 7 days to go in this. I know she has made her goal, and she's at $3,500 and $3,548 from her $3,400 goal. Please, in the next 7 days, please check out Animal Eye, because, in fact, I'm going to put up the link here for later. All right, because Ryan's got there now. Oh, and congratulations to Brian Rodman for funding the nebulizer in less than 12 hours. That is so cool. And he's already rocketing towards his stretch goals too. So thank you, Nevermorians, for supporting the creative community here. We really appreciate it, seriously, because that's the one way we are going to get better product, better books, better comics, better whatever, by supporting the projects that are really worth it. I admit, I understand supporting friends. I have done it, but I have to admit I'm over it. Now I have supported Luke Stones. I've supported Cindy Caps, because one, they're friends. That is a factor. It has to be a factor, but mostly because it looks fantastic and I want one. So in fact, I made sure I pledged on Luke Stone's campaign to make sure I got the role playing game. But because I want to support both those guys. But yeah, I've gotten some stuff where it's crap. Or actually, they've been more like friends of friends. And my friends have said, well, this looks good. Why don't you take a look at it? Oh, that does look good. I'll go for it. And then I get it, and it's like, this is total garbage. Now, I have seen some good stuff that is outside of my immediate circle, like 47 Furious Tales, that by William Quinton. That is great. That's good stuff. And I recommend Cindy Kemps because I have read it, and she did a spectacular job. Roll Cruz's artwork is gorgeous. You will love it. And how was the IAB? Hope you all had fun and sold tons of books. I sold quite a few. I really did. More than paid for my table. Paid for my table a few times, in fact. Just got to hang out with some of the people I treasure most on this planet. And it was just really, really a great time to just hug again, and cut up. And, and some of you, your ears may have been burning, some good, some not. But anyway, no, most of you guys here would be all good. So, but no, it was a fantastic time, Ryan, and hope one day I can see you at a show too. Same with Willow Schuyler. Hope to see you one day. I'm glad you all had a great time over the weekend. Hopefully, you all gained some new fans and network connections. May have. Hope so. But no, it's a great time, and I'm fired up. Yesterday I was psychically drained. One, I think I was horribly dehydrated too. I did not take care of myself that day. But also psychically drained. It wasn't until late evening that I got my mojo back. But it was a fantastic time. It was all worth it. It was so worth it. And hopefully one day, Willow, you can join us. And Joe Dog McKeel, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ting, tang, walla, bing, bang. Good luck trying to get that out of your head. You're lucky I didn't sing it. But fortunately, I'm prepared for it because I called the witch doctor. I told him he told me what to do. Anyway, another plus to YouTube. We have Michaela and Willow and Kathy and Carly. Just saying. Oh my goodness, this sounds like a letter to Penthouse Forum there, Carl. And Trish Bangston. Good to see you, Trish. Mwah. Hope you're having a great morning. Hope all is well. If you got anything going right now, please promote. # always promote. And Facebook doesn't play nicely in the sandbox with other platforms. Come play with us at YouTube. We have coffee. Oh, God bless you. Coffee. Covfefe. And if you'd like your own Rising Tide cup too, check us out. We've got merch line from Teespring. If you're watching us on Facebook, the link will be above. If you're watching us on YouTube, please see more and check out the link below. But that too goes into the broadcasting too. Oh, Willow. Oh, I wish I could be on. Wait a minute. I am on YouTube. I'm just hosting and ignoring Joe Dog singing. It's Carl Witzman. Hopefully ignoring mine. I could make dogs cry. Anyway, check out the posters, prints, art, and art t-shirts available from Plasma Fire Graphics at www.facebook.com/Plasma Fire Graphics. T-shirt art available from The Terrors, by an upcoming book by Brian K. Morris, Snow by Bobby Nash, and Captain Hawkland Adventures by Charles F. Millhouse. Wear your fandom on your chest. Definitely check out that stuff and beautify your home with prints and other wonderful stuff from Jeffrey Hayes. Thank you, Jeffrey, for that. And that wacky green room, one of our members was out of control. That's true. That is true. I think there were a couple times we were taking turns with that. But anyway, Mikhail Jade, it was great to have you all. We had as much fun as everyone else. Andy wants to know how your pizza was. Oh, yes. We stopped at a supermarket about 10 minutes from Michaela's, and it was a nice supermarket. You were right, that IGA was very nice. And we got, of course, there is a brand of frozen pizza. Now, I'm not a huge fan of frozen pizza at all. I prefer fresh, of course, like most people. But it's out of Morton, Illinois. It's called Butch's Pizza, and you used to be able to get it in Champaign. There are still some places that sell it, I understand. But anyway, we moved here to Indiana. We're about, we're a goodly ways away from a supply. So every time we're in that area, I pick up like half a dozen pies, and we got some of the white garlic sausage pizza that we love. Then we picked up one. It was a white garlic sauce with potatoes, slivered potatoes, and bacon on it. We had that last night. And we now have two favorite pizzas from Butch's. Plus they have a special, I wouldn't call it a dipping sauce, but it's a hot sauce you can put on. It's not quite the level of, say, a Tapatio or a Cholula. It's very mild burn. Probably in the hundreds of Scovilles as opposed to the thousands or a million. But it is very flavorful, very complimentary to the pizza. But yeah, this was fantastic. The pizza, tell Andy the pizzas were fantastic. And like I said, we've probably got 4 or 5 of the white garlic right now, which gives us an excuse. We need to come visit you guys a little more often, all right? And good morning from Grant Lankard. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're doing well this morning. Glad to have you here. And Michaela, your hospitality was excellent, and Keisha was a big help. Yes, kudos to Keisha. She was fantastic. She was always helpful and just running around smiling. It was so much fun to watch her. Because I don't think this was, I think this was like one of her first, if not her very first book show. And she looked like she looked like a kid in a candy store, and that just amused me greatly. But she's a wonderful, lovely lady, and she's a lot of fun. And we did some talking. She may be doing some stuff for the Rising Tide Network. And Michaela Jane says, thank you, Carl. And yes, Keisha was a huge help. She really was. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And now, random reminder that Brian's newsletter is coming up, risingtide.pub. Thank you, Mighty Manatee Man, Master of Marketing. I appreciate you, brother. Yes, we are finishing that up today. We, in fact, yesterday I'm like, I don't want to do a newsletter. Should I make it a quarterly, maybe annually? But we got started and we got everything but the hyperlinks set up. I've got to confirm one show date that I need to add. Yay. And then do my video, which I'll do immediately after this. Hopefully we'll try to keep it short, but we picked out our 2 videos of the month, one of which is not safe for work, but it is good. It is really good. It is something let's put it this way. It is something I would love to be in. And when you see it, it's a play. I was born to be in this play. And if you haven't seen it, it's one of the funniest plays around, but it's a secret link, so I won't tell anyone about it. But it is labeled not safe for work. Plus we have another link, secret link that is good. We found a really great quote. So like I said, today is just polish and record, and then it'll be ready for people to get tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow after 5 p.m. So please sign up at risingtide.pub. Check out the link at the top of the page. You'll be glad. And just a reminder, Beowulf 2 launches on Kickstarter tomorrow, so check it out. And Carl Westman says hopefully next time she'll have some of her anthology work, and I did see artwork there, so she can sell too. Yeah, what happened? The vendors could not make it, had an illness in the family, and so Michaela wound up with an extra table, and so Carl and Keisha and I were helping her spread her merchandise out. No, Christian, that's not code. And it really looked good. Keisha, you and Michaela did, and Carl did a great job. But yeah, I think Keisha would have had a great time selling her stuff. And that's something maybe next time she could either definitely get a table or bring it so that if this should arise again, she can like run out to the vehicle and get her stuff too. And yes, she mentioned bringing your artwork, and Jen was all for it. Yeah, well, Jen's pretty accommodating. She's a wonderful hostess. You can see why I like her so much. And it was good to talk to the Mad Kelt about cover design. Yeah, I just had a great time talking to everyone. Oh, it was such a great day. And a blessed Memorial Day to the fantastic Fuzzy Fezman. Thank you, Bill Sarn. Appreciate it as always. And of all the magically marvelous Nevermorians, count your blessings, and all of the soldiers who gave their lives in order for us to be here today. Thank you very much, Bill, for that reminder. Appreciate it. And hashtag bring Cookie home. We're enjoying her today. She is home today. Gets the day off of work, but she's going to have to probably work Saturday. But anyway, wait, we're piggybacking on Willow? Nobody told me. I know. Why do you think we're having so much fun, Carl? It explains my silly smile. And I did like that people didn't touch all the books, too. People were very careful. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And right now we have to be mindful of that. Because while we're not in lockdown, thank goodness, we've still got a long way to go. But everyone I talked to had, they were either on the, they were on one of the teams, Johnson, Moderna, or Pfizer, one of the three. And the thing is, masks were optional at this event. And because I talked to the first guy that we encountered, I forgot to put on my mask, and Cookie stopped and I said, I told him I appreciate that. And I said, now, are you strict about that? He goes, we'd appreciate if you did put on a mask. I said, I'm not going to fight you. I'm on your side on this, believe me. So, But no, that was great. I felt perfectly safe there. It was great. And great job, Ryan. Agree with Carl Witzman. That 100 is quite an accomplishment, young man. Well done, Ryan. And I know a guy who had a shortwave show that was on the radio and now a podcast for over 40 years. He's up to 2,000 plus people. Whoa, yeah. Well, I'm pretty happy because I was going through my old videos last night. I don't remember why. Probably a cautionary tale. I realized that it was from about a year ago, and I had like 50 people. Now I've got 10 times that many, for which I'm grateful. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're on YouTube. Please subscribe to this channel, because if we can get to 1,000 people, then it's monetized, and then I can hire people to do some of this work and hopefully free me up to do whatever it is I do best. We haven't figured out what that is yet, though. Excuse me. And please, if you're on Facebook, please give this video a like. And please, if you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up and share if you could, please. We would appreciate it. Joe Doggy says, on July 16th, 2015, 4 Marines and 1 sailor gave the ultimate sacrifice in a terrorist attack in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It happened just 1 mile from my house. Every Memorial Day since for me is a lot for them. I totally agree. And I'm probably the first person in my family that did not serve in the military that we're aware of. Of course, it was at Vietnam, and I did not agree with the war. I still don't. But if I had to go, I would have. Found out later my mother was saving money for a train ticket to Canada, and she was going to put me on the train if my lottery number came up. See, back in the day, here's a history lesson. At least in the 70s, every year the selective service system, men had to, sign up when they reach 18. Then they had a lottery, and every ball, it was like your state lotto, except each ball contained the date of the year. And I remember one morning, and there was this one guy in class, he was a year ahead of me, or no, a couple years ahead of me in high school. And he was one of the jocks and kind of a bully, too. He was kind of an a-hole. And he was always macho and, I can have whatever I want. Rah, 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 rah. I'm tougher than anyone. Rah, 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 rah. And they were listening to the lottery. His number was number 4. He went into hysterics. And it was a humbling experience for him. He became a little better person after that, because he really had his legs chopped out from under him as a result of that number. And one time he tried pushing me around, and I said, you were number 4, weren't you? And that kind of brought him up short. So, yes, I fought dirty. But anyway, but there were people that did go, who gave their everything possible for the sake of the rest of us. And I think as a result, I'm even more grateful for that. And it's something that we all should keep in mind today, and say a silent thank you to everyone who has given their lives so that we can have the lives we have. And if you do a FezCon, I'm totes on board. You know where to find me. Jackie Lawson, darling. We are not going to keep it a secret. And we're only about 3 hours away from you. In fact, where you would be a little over 2. So you wouldn't be quite as if I had to drive to you. But no, we are discussing a FezCon / Rising Tide Con. It'll be small, intimate, and I can't guarantee a lot of sales, but at least we'll get to hang out with each other. That will be fun. And Michaela Jade, it was so excited to see Susan. I totally fangirled. I fanboy. I gave her my standard greeting. I said, it's a pleasure to meet you. Please consider yourself gushed over. So, but no, she was wonderful. She was absolutely genuine. Absolutely what I see from her videos. She was a darling. Thank you, Amy, for introducing us. And thank you for the eggs. And there she is, Amy Hale. Good morning, all. Mwah! Glad to see you, Amy. Thank you for the eggs. They are in our refrigerator, nestling happily. And thank you for the reminder about the cold water. When you have fresh eggs, folks, remember to wash them in cold water. Because look at where they came. Anyway, we'll try to keep the pencil marks on them whole, though. But no, it was a great time hanging with him. I'm sorry I didn't get to talk to John as much as I wanted to. I just, I was kind of like, I was busy. I was busy talking. People coming over to me. It's like, okay, pay homage to me. But anyway, the Buddha will hear you now. But no, it was just so much fun hanging with everyone, and our group shot. It was just so much fun. It was a great morning, and a great day. And Cameron Christopher Payne, glad to have you here. Good morning to you, sir. Hope your day is going well. And that's very thoughtful, Joe. Yeah, and something like that. It's a good reminder that we don't know. We might have had a next door neighbor who didn't come back from an armed conflict. There may be somebody who was changed forever because of what they had done to help us. We need to be grateful. We need to have more of an attitude of gratitude, as I've heard it called, for what we have, both large and small. Like Saturday was like a whole lot of little things that added up to, the best day I've had in ages. So it was so much fun. And author Kathy Jackson says, "Hey, Carl, you and Donna were a pleasure to table beside at Indie Author Book Expo. I was happy to see others respond to your works. I hope you all both had a great weekend." We did. Oh, and darling, morning from Sarah. Sarah, mwah, sweetheart, I hope you're doing well. Listening as I get ready for a family reunion. Oh, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that her family has been very cautious this last year, for obvious reasons. And it's good that you guys are getting together. Sarah, hope we get a report on how it went. Darling, hope you have a lot of fun. Hope you do. It's good to see you, Sarah. You make us so happy just being here. And we made back our table costs and some of our food costs, so I was happy with that. Yeah, I always figure if I'm not completely in the hole, it's a good show. But you also can pick up fans that way. I gotta check my a lot of times when I do a show, my Amazon gets an uptick. So who knows? I need to I forgot to check on that yesterday. So please check that out. And more info on it here. Okay. There it is. And there is the wiki for 2015 Chattanooga shootings. Now that you mentioned it, I kind of remember that now. Wow. Yeah. It's amazing how some of these things can hit so close to home, like I said. And well done, Carl. Totally agree. And plus the Kraken bottles were exchanged. And that's another thing. When I go to Ohio in a few weeks, I'm going to see if I can get Ohio for Amy and you and Carl and Donna. Right now Kraken has a special line of bottles that they're running. And I found one last week. I couldn't resist it. It was called Kraken Attacks Indiana. I did some research and found out they've got for all 50 states. I don't want all 50 states. I don't know where I'd put them. I'd find a way. But anyway, I got, I told, I know Carl and Donna and Amy and John are aficionados of Kraken. In fact, Amy and John were the ones who turned me on to Kraken. It's kind of like the Firefly of alcohol. You get them the DVD set and they're hooked for life. And so I found this and I brought a bottle for each of them. So it was a good weekend just to start. So anyway, but yeah, definitely. And we spent any other money on books from our author friends and Kraken rum. We were happy as bugs snug in a rug with a mug of rum. Like I said, it was a good day. Well, you wound up with 2 bottles, Carl. You scored. And thanks, Joe. I will bookmark that. Yeah, I will definitely have to revisit that. And thank you for reminding us that, Joe Dog. Seriously. And Carleen, yeah, she put us all together because she was afraid of what we'd do if we weren't that close together. Yeah, it's kind of like isolating the contagion, maybe. I fully understand. It's like, okay, here's where are they all in there? Okay, now the barricades slide up. And you have to I did make a tour of the place, and not everybody is as effusive as we are, shall we say. We are kind of lively. Hi, honey.
Hiya.
Ooh, my honey is awake, and look what she brought.
Smell it.
Ooh, you doctor it?
I did.
Oh, you love. Oh my God, pumpkin spice. I love you. Thank you, honey. Fresh pumpkin spice. Yes, folks. Here's the secret: pumpkin spice. There's this thing you can buy at the stores. It's available all year round. It comes in a little bottle, and it's called pumpkin spice. And what you do is you take just like a few taps, and you put it in your coffee grounds. And you have to stir it up real good into the coffee grounds, because otherwise when the water hits it, it turns into cement. Seriously, it does. It's like try adding just plain water to cinnamon. Try mixing cinnamon into any sort of fluid. You have to like separate it. You have to really mix it up within the dry medium. But anyway, she does that, and it brews and pulls the flavor out, and we have kofefe with pumpkin spice all year round because we love our pumpkin spice. But yeah, Carlene, I think it was Jen. I think was very thoughtful to put us all together. But yeah, getting back to what I was ranting about, I didn't meet anyone there I didn't like. I was really happy. Everyone was friendly. But there's some who were there. I think we were the friendliest ones there. We were happy. We were effusive. We could have been a good selling point for the show, and contain the blast, Carly. Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like it's like we were the grenade with the pin out for the last 9 seconds, pretty much. And it is awesome. You were able to socialize Saturday, Sarah. It was great. I did think of you. Many times I may need a booth babe. I may have to, if I have something in Southern Illinois, I may have to call you up and say, I need some help, darling. You want to come down here and help me? Get out and socialize for a little bit. So keep that in mind. You could get drafted, darling. I hope you have a good time today, sweetheart. And Carl Wisman, there was a Lynn Tisdale who worked for the same agency I worked at. I wonder if there was a relation. I don't know. Well, Susan seemed friendly enough. I'm sure you could ask her. And hey, Sarah, nice seeing you, says Grant Lankard. Totes agree on that. And we would have moved our tables closer anyway. That's true. We'd have probably picked the damn things up and formed our own little circle there. But no, the room was well laid out, and I'm all on board for next year. I really am. And dang right, Michaela. Yeah, we would. Because we're rebels like that. And speaking of rebels, there's Cindy Cap City. Mwah! Good morning. How are y'all? I'm great. We had a fantastic weekend. Tell us about QuadCon. How did you do, darling? Please, we want to hear that. We had a great time at the Indie Author Book Expo. Jen took sweet care of us, even though her transmission went out the night before. But again, I'm not throwing shade. I'm going to shine the spotlight on the Nevermorians, on the Rising Tide area, because everyone was there, ready to help out, and we showed up on time. In fact, I think there was only like one or two other tables that showed up at the same time, or if not earlier than us. But yeah, we got up. We made sure everybody else knew how to get there, and got upstairs and helped set up and everything. But I think, and we were ready if something came up, like Jen the night before said that if she couldn't get there, she would send me the table layout, who was assigned to what table. And Carl, right after that, sent me, was basically saying, if there's anything we can do, let us know. And Carl and Donna were there the night before. So I said, Carl, would you mind if we, can I let you in on this too if I get the information? And he's like, yeah, let us know. And so we had like the whole contingent up there, Lynn Shively and, Michaela and, Carl and Donna and Amy and John and Keisha and Cookie. And, we were ready to go. We were ready to rock and roll, Fortunately, Jen showed up on time and had it, was ready to, her car injury was not as bad as suspected at first. So anyway, it was a great, we were prepared. We were, there were never, once again, the rising tide rises to help. See, and I'm not saying it's me. I am so not saying it's me. It was all the others, seriously. And Michaela, yep, I made a good profit on Saturday. I think we all did pretty well, and I was really happy with that. I hate being the only one that makes money. I really do. I feel guilty about it. But knowing that we all made some sales, in fact, it made me happy. I'd look over and, Don would be signing a book, or, Michaela would be signing a book, or Amy, or Lynn, and that just made me happy. It just made me indescribably happy. It really did. And hey there, Grant, nice to see you from Sarah, and Carl Wisman. We had the best view, really looking right at Michaela and Keisha. Yeah, and I'm, yeah. Yeah, and Michaela and I were planning some mischief with her dress that we were going to send to a certain someone. By the way, be sure to watch The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. It's going to be another great show. Please check it out. And Michaela mocks Carl with her laughter. And good to hear, Michaela. Seriously, it is. It makes me happy. And finding the mojo, there it is on Smashwords. That's me. Thank you, Cindy. And also review on Amazon, which can be less than possible because I've got you covered on that. I've got a book called Amazon Reviews Made Less Than Possible. Tells you how to write a succinct, honest review, and gives you a template to do so. And that's only and it's a reasonably priced book, $2.99 on Amazon. And we are working on a print edition of it too. Hoping to get that out this year. Anyway, thank you, Cindy. You were missed. You were loved. Anthony Bouveau. Hi, Brian. How are you? Hope all is well. Anthony, I had a great weekend. Hope you did too. And I saw you sent me a DM. I will get to it. I promise. Was anyone else drained? I was so drained yesterday. And then we went out and mowed the lawn, and I'm an elderly man, so that wasn't much fun. And then we spent some time with a friend of ours and helped her do her shopping. And I came home, and I'm like, I'm tapped out here, folks. I didn't really get my own mojo back till about 9 o'clock that night, just in time for the StreamYard show. And then for once I showed up before Joe Dog, and then following that, Heather Ellen's show at 10 p.m., which was wonderful as always. And yeah, Joe Dog, do you know? I'll have to ask you in private, but I'm wondering if the guys on the StreamYard thing go back and watch comments. That were made, because I know they can't read everything on the air. So anyway, Bill Sargent says, I want to thank Joe McKeel for having me on Stupid O'Clock on Saturday night. I was teasing Joe Dog about when Facebook would shut down his show, and then Skunk accidentally did just that. Oh, is that what happened? I heard there was some sort of mishap. I always knew Facebook was paying him more than Joe Dog was. So that's our spy. We all know that Eric S. Hawkins is working for Disney. That's no secret. But now we know that Skunk is now a mole he's not a skunk, he's a mole, and he's a mole for Facebook. Dang you, Skunk. Anyway, that's one way of putting it, Carl. Yeah. Hills Peoria has a wonderful skyline, and the view inside the building was pretty magnificent too. Cindy Cap says, no need to be coy, Roy. Get a wolf. Get it from Amanda Tockert on Amazon. Also go to ckoepp.com for a fantastic, yes, I say fantastic, wonderful comic book that's just come out called Animal Eye. And there are levels. You can actually get a copy of the Animal Eye novel, Cindy's latest one. And it's going to be good. I'm going to get a copy too. It's going to be fantastic. But you can get the book and the comic at the same time if you check out this campaign, which, see, we were ready. Get up there. Come on. I guess it didn't take. Well, we'll get it. We will get it. Anyway, Animal Eye has made its money. It's at Cindy was asking for $3,400 to make this possible. But we want to get that to 4,000 even. And there's 7 days to go. 56 backers, 3548 pledged so far. But we want to get her up to 4,000 because at 4,000 she can have foreign translations done. That is a huge thing, and that would help her so very much. So let's there we go. Copy, and then over here, then paste, and there it is. We're gonna put that up there. And let's see here. And we're just waiting for this computer thing. This is not a very new computer we use for our broadcasting. So anyway, here we go. And there we go. Oh, man, I am way behind on the comments. But anyway, right here, Kickstarter, Gamelit, check out Animal Eye #1. Let's support one of our own. You've done well so far. But we've got 7 days to go. Let's share this message. Let's get Cindy's book up to $4,000 so that she can get the thing translated and into several other languages. That is so exciting. That really is. And let's see, here we go. Oh, I almost got it. Almost got it. This is great. Okay, we're gonna resume with your comments again. Excuse me. And Cindy Cap says, who is at ckoepp.com, and check out her newsletter. Please sign up for it today. And Stomping on Big Robots, if that's what you like to do, you need to check out what Nick Tuckert is doing on Amazon. Also, don't forget the Hybrid Sons of Gods #7, part 2 of the Killing Fields storyline. And also, one of the levels has a tabletop RPG. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, or Champions, but set in the world of hybrids. Check it out, please. And Nick Tuckert from YouTube says, hi folks. Excuse me, surfing between streaming services. Saturday night, Luke and I hopped on Red Valkyrie's channel for me to run the quick play, but it is still a quick play if the game runs 3.5 hours. Yes. What that means, Nick, is that it's working. You know, it's kind of like when I get behind on the comments here. What that means is it's the show's working because we're having a conversation. So, well done, young man. Well done. Please, when you think of it, would you send me a link to the show? I would love to watch it, see how it went. And there she is, the heroine of Saturday. The wonderful, the beautiful, the delightful Keisha Acuff. Hello, beautiful people. Mwah, hello, beautiful you. It was so cool to hang with you. You are a delight. You're even more delightful in person than you are in the green room, and you are a joy there. And you next time we got to get your stuff in there too. We really do. We got to get you on the road with us. And Joe Dog McKeel says, Carl, the next season of NCIS, one of the episodes was placed in July. The end of the episode, Gibbs got a call. He said, where, then how many? In a shocked tone, I knew instantly what that was about. Yeah. Oh, man. And it was her very first book show. Well, we're glad that we could have initiated you into the world of books. So anyway, but no, we were glad that we didn't horrify you. That was one thing. And we hope you enjoyed yourself, Keisha. I really do. You know, this is why we love getting together. That's why we had such a great time during MichaelaCon. It was about a year ago, in fact, now that I think of it. Just as, Andy and Michaela were getting tired of being in the house, so they were going to take like a road trip and visit people like Carl. And she knew that Carl basically was just off 74. I wasn't far from 74, and they were just going to drive around and visit some of their friends. And so we decided, I don't know if it was Michaela or Carl's idea, but or Donna's, but they said, let's all gather at a central area, which happened to be my house, and we spent an afternoon. We all went out to lunch in perfect safety, and we were joined by Molly Daniels and her daughter, and we all had a great lunch, had a great time just talking shop and just cutting up and having all kinds of folderol. It was shenanigans galore, and we all went away fired up. It was great. And Bill Sarn says, check out Ryan Permison's new show, Geek at Birth, where Ryan and Dave Adams talk everything geeky and great. Plus, you'll get to see Bill Sarn's artwork and logo that he did for the show. Oh, that's great, Bill. That's good news. Speaking of good news, Cindy Kemp is full of that sort of thing. She's not full of it, but she's full of good news. Make that distinction clear. Animalized artist Roll Cruz does other cool art, too, and check him out at artstation.com. Yeah, he's perfect for your script. I mean, this is a kind of Lee and Kirby, Claremont and Byrne, Claremont and Cockrum, me and Eric Hawkins sort of thing. So yeah, this is the perfect matchup. Perfect art, great script. It is great. And now back to my stupidity. Well, you're welcome to share mine, Joe Dog. I've got plenty of stupidity to go around. Keisha Acuff says, thank you for all your kind words. Well, thank you for being there, beautiful. You were great. And QuadCon was fun. Another one coming soon. Go to quadcitycon.com and check it out. Maybe you'll get a table next to Cindy. I've really got to get in touch with the guy about, because I do have some free month. I've got like, I'm going to call off the tour at late October, mostly because of weather. I might have one show in December, but it's in Chicago and it's in winter. So, and I've been in Chicago in the winter. That's not fun. Of course, what was it? We went. My dear friend Paul Burrell was having a premiere of one of his plays, and we had another friend who was in the play who he adores, Sarah Saperstein. If you're watching this, I love you. We still love you, and we miss you. We're gonna get together with you eventually before I'm too old to leave the house. But we had the play in one of those little Chicago storefront theaters. And the temperature that night was like something like 10 or 15 degrees above zero. It was colder and all get out. And we were like about 10 blocks from the lake, so we had the wind coming off of there, which wasn't helping. And fortunately, no snow. That was great. But the problem was also that the air conditioner in the place was broken. It wouldn't shut off. They couldn't turn the heat on, but the AC was working. And so all these people, total strangers, were huddling together for warmth. And I remember at the end of the play, everyone's just colder than hell. But the play was brilliant because Paul's an amazing writer, and he doesn't know how much he inspires me. But he remember he was sitting with us at one point, and then he just looked at us and said, okay, play's over. I'm going to go outside and warm up. It was terrible in there. It was so much fun, though. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, if money is what makes the world go round, I must be one of the ones causing the slowdown. I ain't got none. Joe Dog, I'm not saying I'm in the same boat, but I'm the reason the world is flat. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my wallet. Anyway, theatrical magic and Nazi vampires, you can get all that with Mr. John B. Pica, who's probably got the day off, too. John, hope you're having a good day. And check out Nightreich from Seventh Star Press, brand new book by John B. Pica. Also go to johnpica.com and check out his amazing broadcasting stuff like Back of the Cereal Box every Saturday morning at 9. And The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central Time every Tuesday night. Check it out. What's he going to talk about tomorrow night? I don't know. You'll find out when you get there. A new book from Amy Hale. Check out Neuroses. I saw those were flying off her table too on Saturday. So be sure to get yours. It's a brand new psychological thriller by the amazing Amy Hale. Also out with a new book is Michaela Jade. Check out the third in her Warriors trilogy series. She was doing well, looking beautiful, having a great time with the rest of us at Indie Author Book Expo. And morning all, Joe D. McPhee. Good to see you, brother. Hope you had a great weekend. Got to go back and catch your interview from Saturday night with the amazing Glenn B. Fleming. I bet that was fun. And we're glad to have you here, Joe. As always, in City Campus Expressing Poetry with Teresa Dunn, available on Amazon. Poetry Expressions 1 and 2. CromCon was an amusing adventure. If you missed it, catch the rerun. Definitely 2 days plus of fandom and positivity and all kinds of good stuff. Check it out. We had a little segment, but we had so many people, it was tough to hear. Poor McKay. And I was busy. I couldn't participate. I was talking to people. I was making sales. It was good. So, but we tried to be a part of it anyway. But kudos to Michaela for soldiering on without us. And see you all in the flip-flop. I have a family function to attend. Well, Michaela, as always, thank you, darling, for a great Saturday night. And you guys have fun. Much love to you and your family. And Cindy Camp, learn how to kill people safely with the one and only Nicholas Anthony Tucker. Check it out on YouTube every Friday night at 8 p.m. The Historical Fencing Guild. And even if you're not into armed combat that much, Nick is just such a joy to watch. He is amazing. As is Ryan Permison on Nerd Culture on YouTube. Please check it out. And please subscribe to all the YouTube channels because it does help us. Mine especially. And from the National Small Press Publisher, you definitely got to go see that show. Joe D. McPhee is a super, super interviewer and a great talent, too. And there he is, John B. Pica. Hey there, friends and foes. Happy Memorial Day. I decided to sleep in today, so I'm joining you very late. That's okay. I was a little late, too, John. But we're glad you're here, man. Hope you had a great Saturday. ACUF Creations, have a good day, Michaela. Yeah, definitely, hon. Mwah. Enjoy yourself. And Nicholas Tucker, especially on the subject of the Vietnam War, all gave some gave all. Exactly. And like I said, I had serious reservations about the war. I really did, because it was basically one we weren't supposed to be in, and it was just grisly. It was ugly. And about the time I was turning 18, we were starting to learn about some of the other stuff that was coming in and around the war, such as the Oliver North stuff and Indonesia and such. And I'm like, I just cannot support ethically this war. Like I said, if I had been called, I would have gone. But another lucky break, the draft was ended 1 month after I turned 18. So, I'd been issued a draft card, but I was registered 4A, which means basically I was unclassified. But I was already, but the thing is, that's one of the reasons I gained a lot of weight when I was in high school. That I was prone to be heavy anyway, but I did nothing to lose weight because I figured if nothing else, they wouldn't take me because I was so overweight, and now I'm still dealing with that. But anyway, but yeah, it's true. But I have incredible respect for the people who did go, who were far more courageous than I was. And you're running out of time to back this at Indiegogo Hybrids, The Killing Field Parts 1 and 2. Definitely check that out. Also, there's a level where Luke Stone's one of those great guys who looks at his works in the past, as we all do, and thinks, I can do better now. So he has remastered issue number 1 of the Hybrids series. Please check it out. We had some copies of the Hybrids trade paperback. We sold out of that this weekend, I'm glad to say. And please get yours. It's a fantastic superhero series. If you like team books, you will dig Hybrids because it's got a great basis that Luke works from. You'll love it. And also the Dastardly Dingoes. Please do not forget Brian, Ryan, and Chad and Jeremy. I can easily say that Chad and Jeremy because I love the duo back in the 60s. Anyway, please check out the Dastardly Dingoes, a fun podcast. And if they invite you on, say yes because you have a blast doing it too. And good morning, Kelly Gutner. Mwah, good morning to you, darling. Finally got your video. Let's see, did it load? Because I set it up last night and I got distracted. Yes, I did. We will run that at the end of the show. Kelly Gutner is a dear friend of mine. She she was on Clever Title Pending a few weeks ago. She's a cosplayer. She's an author. Check out her book on Amazon. And she is also doing a virtual convention for, usually the Metropolis Superman celebrations on the second weekend of June. But due to that, the My Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter pandemic, we can't have it then. It's been pushed back to July, was it 30th, 31st, or 29th and 30th, and the 1st of August. And if you think it's hot in Metropolis in June, just wait till you show up in late July, early August. You'll never complain again. So anyway, Kelly, we will run that at the end of the show, I promise. But Kelly is in the Hands on the Rudder for a virtual Metropolis convention, and there's all kinds of great guests and everything. And check out what she does. She is a wonderful lady. I love you, Kelly. And Carl Winston says, "Bye, Michaela. We've been talking. Hi, Keisha. We've been talking about you." Nothing but love, Keisha. Trust me, nothing but love. And I don't deserve friends like you guys. Seriously, I don't. Many are a bad influence. Hey, Joe Dog, I'm still in the room. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's like, what fresh hell will my friends visit upon me now? But anyway, Joe Dog, we are blessed to have you, brother. And it ain't easy being wheezy. Check out the Nebulizer, fully funded by our dear friend Brian Rodman in less than 12 hours, I believe. Went off to a hysterical start. I think he got 3/4 of his funding in the first hour. Or so. He did a splendid launch, but there's still room for more people on board. I think he's passed his first stretch goal, and now he's going for the next one. So please check out our one of our own, Brian Rodman, and his great new book, The Nebulizer, about a post-apocalyptic world where a chronic asthmatic stays alive inside his suit. He has a nebulizer suit, and a feisty AI who I've been told who's going to be the voice if they ever do audio. Just saying. And he fights mutant allergens. And you check out the work that he's doing. He's posting some art on his page. It's beautiful. It is great work. Please check it out because it ain't easy being Wheezy or anyone else from the Jeffersons. Please check out this book and please support it if you would. As a side note, says Acuff Creations. Yes, I was a kid in the candy store. It's a good thing I didn't walk around more. I'd be super poor. Yeah, same with me. I didn't check out everyone else till the end of the day, and by then I've been dealing with so many customers. I was tired. I really was. It was the best kind of tired. And Grant Lanker says Beowulf #2 Kickstarter starts tomorrow. I don't think it'll let me post the link, but you can search Beowulf under comic books on Kickstarter. Yeah, you can post the link on Facebook. It's and create a hyperlink, Grant. It's just on YouTube. That's a little iffy. But I was listening in the shower. Oh, John, you minx, you are enticing us. Anyway, try to get that out of your head, ladies. Anyway, and he's been working out, and good work, John. In all seriousness, you are making progress already, and I'm loving seeing that. You're better than I am. And at 35:48. Out of the first stretch goal at 4,000 and 7 days to go, please check out Animal Eye #1 with our own Cindy Kip. She has already made her goal. The comic will come out now, but we want to get her to 4,000 so that she can get translations made. It will be great. I'm so proud of her because this is her first comic script, and it reads beautifully. Seriously. And you can also get a copy of the book that inspired it. So please. And what is the table cost for that show usually? Asked Nick Tucker. I think it was, here's the thing. A couple of us were talking yesterday about what was our table cost? Was we paid for it the year before? It's 2020. I think it was around 75. Well worth it. And it was a good venue, lots of parking. And it was a good time. It was a good time, Nick. I definitely recommend it. And Jen Thompson, she treats you better than family. It is great. And warm water, wash eggs in warm water. Cold water expands the eggshell and allows potential bacteria. And I remembered that. And you don't want to use hot water because it hurts us. It hurts us. It hurts us, my pretties. Anyway, but yeah, warm water. And make sure that when you get fresh eggs, that you set the washing machine on warm water, warm rinse, and then air dry, or unless you got like a permanent press setting on your dryer. Anyway, but this only applies to farm fresh eggs. Store eggs have been pre-washed. Yes, that's true. But no, I love the farm fresh eggs, and thank you again, Amy. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your Kraken there. And that's a great image to start my Monday morning with. That's what we're here, Willow Schuyler. That's what we're here for. And Joe Dog McKeel, I posted this comment earlier. It got me to thinking maybe I should ask you guys, what food group would a chunk of cheddar cheese covered in chocolate and sprinkled with crumbled bacon fit into? Ambrosia, I believe, is the food group. And that's the kind of weird thing that I would eat. I seriously would. My mother used to gag when I was a kid because I had her make me liverwurst and jelly sandwiches, and she just could not imagine. And now I could almost see it because something I have every now and then is grilled cheese with a real thin coating of jelly. I'm using apple right now, and that was great with pepper jack. I had one last week with pepper jack and Hawaiian bread. That really sweet Hawaiian bread. That was kind of nice. It was almost like a dessert thing. But you don't want to put too much of the jelly on because it's heated and it becomes like lava and you will burn yourself. So you put like the thinnest layer, and it's between the sweet of the jelly and the salt of the butter on your bread and the cheese. It is a delightful combination. And good morning from Willow Schuyler to everyone here on Facebook. Glad to have you there, Willow. We're just glad to have you here at all. It's a treat to have you. Hope your Monday is going well. And Nick Tucker, Joe Dog, that would be coronary food group. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the one that makes my cardiologist put his face in his hands and openly weep. And the good food group chooses Carly. Gotta agree. And there he is, Mr. Randy Zimmerman. Good to see you, Randy. Yes, Kraken is the firefly of alcohol. Great quote from Arrow Comics 4.0. Please check out what Arrow Comics is doing right now. They've got some exciting stuff coming down the pike. Just finished the Arrow Comics sequential art collection, 130 pages of funny book goodness. It is good stuff, and looking forward to it. I'm excited by this, and excited to have you here, Randy. Please check out Sunday Funnies at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, where they talk comic books, and they actually act like they enjoy it. Good Lord, what kind of show is that? It's a great show, and check out the Indie Volt family of broadcasts. We love Indie Volt and Varian Grant. Good morning to you wherever you are. Anyway, check it out. And it's almost as I have to say, Sunday Funnies is the one that inspired me to finally pull the trigger on Comic Book Spectrum Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. In fact, where you're watching this right now, you can see that. It's a fun show because we actually like comics and we have fun talking about them. Anyway, Carl Wisman says, Nick, I think it was 50 or 55, not bad at all. Yeah, I want to say 75, but I think I'm confusing it for another show. It was really, really reasonable. It really was. And I would pay 50, I'd pay 75 to hang out with the Rising Tide people, that's for sure. And Jen let people share tables. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I would say these were 8-foot tables too, which was also a treat. And an 8-foot is a good length for two people. Seriously, especially if you have like a limited number of items to sell. Now, if you're if you're somebody like me that's got like a whole bunch of stuff, 8 foot about covers you. Let your display breathe. It was really fun. It was really fun. And Nick Tucker says there should be buy cookie bracelets fun so that she can model as she does her coffee pour. Maybe you can get a Folger sponsorship for Kraken. Right. The worst they can do is say no. I really should. You drink responsibly, Kraken, especially in your coffee. I would love a coffee sponsor. I really would. Providing it's a good coffee. It's like, dog spit coffee, truth in advertising. Get a cup today. So anyway, but no, if we would love a coffee sponsor. We would love, actually, we do have room for more sponsors, not just Plasma Fire Graphics. That doesn't mean we wouldn't give Plasma Fire the love they deserve, being, when the look of your book matters to you. But a few more sponsors, would help us, move towards, the larger vision for this broadcast channel, shall we say. And, oh, wow, says Nick Tucker. Yeah, really, it's not bad at all, especially considering we were in Peoria. It's a big town. Plus, there's advertising costs to be considered, and the room itself couldn't have been cheap. So, yeah, 50 or 55, even 75 for that room would have been great. And Susan bought books from so many while she was there. She's a sweetheart, and she knows where all the good restaurants are. Is that how you wound up in the Irish pub? That's where Cookie got our lunch. Cookie decided, you need lunch, Brian. I'm hungry. So anyway, she went out. But no, that was great. The food was great. The hamburger, I had a hamburger. She had a Reuben. And what did she have? She had a potato salad on the side, and it was amazing. It was fantastic stuff. And what was even cooler was all of the materials, including the plastic utensils, the napkins, and even the containers they came in were all recyclable. I love that. And she said the pricing was really, really worthwhile. But yeah, no, I'm glad you guys had a great time there. It makes me happy. I'm sorry we didn't get to see each other afterwards because Cookie was getting way tired. And so she thought, Brian, drive me home while I'm still conscious. She wasn't. But now we have another song, don't we, Amy? Anyway, for the Decimal Small Press Publisher, it was good to see Cookie in the frame at CromCon. Oh, did she get in there? Oh, that's fantastic. That's funny. Oh, yeah, I'm just sorry I couldn't participate because I was busy during that. I was really trying to get over there to help Michaela, but no, I'm glad Cookie got seen. Anyway, Nick Tucker says, as YouTube glitches links, hit up www.shutupchristian.com. Yes. Well played, Nick Tucker. Well played, Mandy Man. Oh, and author Kathy Jackson. I hope Jen's listening to hear all this praise for her. Jen Thompson says author Kathy Jackson did an absolutely wonderful job organizing the Indie Author Book Expo. I totally agree. There was a nice amount of authors and other creatives, but we should fill up the Peoria Civic Center. I'm thinking next year we might, because I do know, Kathy, that there are a number of creators who I'm linked up to a number of them that we've had discussions, and they said, for various reasons, and I'm not dissing any of them. They said no, nothing in 2021. We're going to wait till we get herd immunity, or at least as close to it as we can get, given all the COVIDiots that are still out there. And that's probably going to get me another thumbs down. And you know what? I don't care. So anyway, but the thing is, I do know some people that because of ongoing health issues and sometimes because of age, that they are not taking any chances, and God bless them. Seriously. They are playing it safe. So I think 2022, we could probably fill that room up, and especially if we all get out and push and help Jen promote it. Because I don't, I know that I think pretty much all of the Rising Tide people said we're in for next year. And the only thing we want to do is build up our corner of the room till we are the Rising Tide convention. All right. It will get Nick over there, and we'll get all of our local friends over there. It'll be fun. And QuadCon was cool, says Cindy Kemp. Oh, that's awesome. I sold about as many books as Critters. I was set up alongside of a large comic book vendor, and I made 3 times my expenses. Oh, Cindy, that makes me happy. I'm so glad to hear that. Well done, Cindy. Good deal. And hey, Joe D from Carl Witzman and Carly Carleen, I was extremely happy at the Woodstock Dream sales. Carl had been sure that nobody would be interested in it, and I literally bullied him into publishing it. Oh, well, I had my eye on the one book I had gotten last time, and I will get this one from you next time. Okay, I promise. And Dark Mistress is here. Oh, now the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS shows up when he thinks Sarah's around. Aha, we see how you are. Good morning, Christian. We were talking about you over the weekend. Nothing but love. Seriously. We're glad you're here. Don't forget Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Melanie Dean and a certain Christian Basil present all kinds of fun Doctor Who stuff. It is great. Watch it on the Hanging with Web Show Network. It is glorious. And Carly was right. Carl was wrong there. I said it. Okay, there you go, Carl. And Ink of Creations. Keisha says, I was glad that I was able to buy from everyone in our corner. I am so excited to read it all. I hope so. And remember, everyone, don't forget to leave those reviews, because those help us so much with the algorithms on Amazon. And the venue was an interesting layout. I had a space near the front door, near the bar. Well, Cindy, I'm sure that didn't do you much good, because I know you're a teetotaler, but probably several of us in the Rising Tide would have had a fist fight to get that spot. Well, it did well for you, it sounds like. Cindy, I'm so happy. And please make Cindy happy. Go to CKOEPP.com and sign up for her amazing newsletter. And please check out Animal Eye. It has 7 more days. We want to get another, how much? Another $452. And the thing is, I dropped out of math because I didn't think I was any good at it. But 15 years of retail will change that. Anyway, please check it out. Check out her Animal Eye #1, all ages game-lit comic where players become animals. It is a fun script. I've read it and I've read the story. It is super. It is so deserving of your love and attention. But anyway, good for you, Cindy Cap. Proud of you. Amy Hill, yes, I'm always mentally exhausted after an event. Yeah, I was, and it wasn't too bad on the drive home, but yesterday, I just needed a mental health day, or as close as I get to it. So yeah, it took me a while to get my mojo back to work on my newsletter. I still have a couple things left to do, but we will have it ready by 5 p.m. tomorrow. So please sign up. Go to risingtide.pub and check it out. There's a link at the top of the page where you can sign up for my monthly newsletter. And Back of the Cereal Box is with us. I'm glad to see. Since all the cool kids are watching on YouTube, hey there, friends and foes. John B. Pica, always a pleasure to have you. Check out Night Reich on Amazon. Yes, Night Reich. It sounds like fun. It is. Nazis get beat up. It's always a good time. And Keisha, did you get the Mad Gasser book? Oh, I hope so. Cindy Kemp says, my next adventure will be the IABE in Des Moines, so I have time to make more dragons and other critters. I wish I could be there. I'm committed to the Imaginarium in Louisville, Kentucky, where I will be there with Cookie hopefully. And also Brian Rodman will be setting up, and John B. Pica. So we are going to have a fun, super fun time. And Kathy Jackson, I believe, will be there, and Molly Daniels. So our crew will be in attendance. And yes, I did, Carl. It's a good book. And Cindy Kemp says Art 76 on Facebook. Good for vintage cartooniness. Thank you, Cindy, my love. And Joe Dog McKeel says they say they do read comments after the show. Okay, that's good. I kind of thought they would. Because I know you can't read everything. Otherwise you wind up with a 2-hour show. But anyway, but no, and it's a good time, and I always learn something, and I'm really excited for, and I think if they get a couple things. One is the ability to click and drag videos and other visual stuff. And what was the other? There was another thing. And I wouldn't mind them having like a one-click way to get into more viewing portals. But I love the support. I love the stuff. The Christian fellow who works for, his name's Christian, who does a lot of stuff for StreamYard, is a joy. He is an absolute blessing. And there's just a lot of good support on StreamYard, which is why I recommend using StreamYard for broadcasting. In fact, Kelly Gutner is going to be using it for the upcoming Superman celebration. And Kelly, we got to get together so I can. You'll figure it out on your own. It's you don't have to be a rocket surgeon to do this, but obviously. So we'll definitely we're here to help. Hey, somebody, oh well, don't judge me by that book. There's a lot of books I don't want to be judged by, preferably the good one. Anyway, the Kelly Gutner says June 11th through 13th, she will be hosting a free virtual convention and fundraiser for the Actors Fund. Details are at phoenixcosplay.wixsite.com, as well as her Facebook page for the Phoenix Sisters Cosplay. Hope you all can join us. We have a great celebrity lineup, a fun sweepstakes with awesome prizes, including a copy of Pulp Reality, and lots of fun panels. Yes, definitely. I've seen the previous two. I was a part of the first one. Great time. Kelly and her crew do a super job, if I may say super, on this. So please check it out. And Kelly will help you promote that too. I meant to tell you that too. And Keisha Acuff says, I will be the judge of that. Yes, you did. You plunked down your monies. You get to judge. And Nick Tucker says, now every time I see Christian Basil, I think of more alternative American doctors following Cushing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I do too. That was a good episode, Christian, as always. And also, speaking as always, check out Kickstarter projects with Animal Eye #1, Rising Tide, endorsed by Rising Tide Publications, so you know it's good because they put out good stuff. I hear. Anyway, we got more comments. We are woefully behind, but we got a little extra time today, so this could be another. No, it won't be a 4-hour episode. I promise. That's Bobby Nash's area. And Roll Cruise has started art on issue 2, and I'll be start writing the #3 script soon. Yeah, you go, girl. I'm proud of you. And I'd offer our living room for another MichaelaCon soon. Oh, there we go. Plenty of room for social distancing in stately Witzman Manor. And just wait till the Witzman phone goes off and he has to drive 14 miles into Gotham City. And tune into Pillow Talk tonight, says Willow Schuyler. You can get on the pillow with Willow. And she'll be talking with Kelly Gutner about Virtual Super Friends Convention at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Definitely check that out. Willow, feel free to put a link, and Kelly put a link to that on the Rising Tide Publications Network, if you will. Okay? Or Rising Tide Network, Broadcast Network, and the Rising Tide Publications page. All right? And Rising Tide Broadcast Network says, per request, Nicholas A. Tucker II, creator page, running the Hybrids RPG Quick Play Edition on a new to me great channel. Super. And send me a direct link, would you please? And Christian Basil says, arise. Wait, this is my day off. Back to sleep, as boy. Arise, blah, 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 blah. Make some noise, blah. Remember those who have fallen so we can rise. Okay, back to bed. And hashtag bring cookie. Go back to bed, brother. You deserve the sleep. You deserve to sleep in, man. You work hard. But no, we were wishing you were there, Christian. We really were. At the Indie Author Book Expo. We had a great time. And Michaela and I were planning a set of photo shoots for you that would probably make you weep with envy. But anyway, there'll be other times. Anyway, Bill Sargent says, please support Cindy Kemp on her Patreon page where you get the latest info on everything she's creating and other goodies. And you can also marvel at Matt Ostrom and my own artwork on each of Cindy's Patreon levels. Yeah, definitely check out Cindy's Patreon page. She doesn't, she's like me, or something I'm accused of, that we promote for other people. We keep forgetting to promote our own stuff. So please support Cindy. She is a love. She is great. And I am so grateful, says Carl Witzman, that people can't be bothered to read a computer manual, and that provided me a job for many years, and it allowed us to get this big old house. Yeah, that's one thing, kind of, like last week we got a new a fan for for our bedroom. An oscillating fan. And she's like, you know how to put those together? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm reading the directions. It's like, I know how to put this together, but I'm still reading the directions. Because that's how I was trained. My uncle worked for he was one of the, my late uncle, William Carroll Barnett. He joined the Navy in the early 60s and was one of the pioneers in their computer program. In the 70s, he's the one that converted their sonar output in the submarines from analog to digital. And he was a funny guy. He's the guy I get my sense of humor from. So you know who to blame. But he was more of a father to me than my own father. But he taught me always read the directions, and I always do. Because there's always something you miss, and I did get ahead of myself in constructing the fan. I'm like, I've got one extra piece. What the hell? And then I realized if I had kept reading the directions, I'd have caught that, and it wouldn't have happened this way. But anyway, definitely read the directions, or don't, and have Carl make more money. Anyway, CKOEPP.com. Thank you, Christian Basil. Thank you, brother. And there he is, the man of last Friday, who got his stuff funded in record time. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians, from Brian Rodman, BrianRodman.com. Well, this weekend was quite wonderful. On Friday, we launched the nebulizer on Kickstarter. Check that link out, please. And it funded in under 12 hours. Was it, 12 hours. We celebrated, and then ironically, I had an asthma attack. I shouldn't be laughing, but I saw that. And it's like God was saying, feeling proud of yourself, huh, Rodman? Well, boom. Anyway, yes, and poor Brian was having an asthma event when we did Clever Title, or not Clever Title, but when we did a Comic Book Spectrum last Thursday. Poor man. And we've been talking about his book, and then all of a sudden he drops out of the broadcast, and when he comes back in, he's sucking on that nebulizer like it was a lifeline, which, yeah, it is. Is it nerves over this whole Kickstarter campaign? I hope you're keeping that device close to you. And there she is, the wonderful and delightful Angie Dudas. Mwah, Angie, good to see you. So the comments are going to come up as Angie, but it's actually Grant. Are you cross-dressing or something? What? I'm using Angie's computer because my computer died over the weekend. Oh, God, Grant, I'm so sorry to hear that, brother. That's why I found out I've got 3 laptops. I'd have 4, but I gave one to Sarah. Because hers died, and I'm like, oh, I've got an extra one here, darling. So we got to see Sarah, which is its own reward. But and then I found another one I forgot I had. So I've got 3 computers. I've got my broadcast computer. I've got the one, actually, it's here by my side because I wasn't sure with the Microsoft reboot, the update that this computer got over the weekend. It was locked up, and I'm like, crap, I have to fire it back up, but it worked, and we got on just a few minutes late, and all is well. But I brought in I brought in the other one just in case, so it's my backup. And then I found there was one that I had. Well, it's in the other room. I just discovered. I forgot I had it. It was back from when I used to file share. So anyway, Angie. So follow, I'm sure, Angie, what are some beautiful beauty tips that you've got for us right now? I'm sure he knows. And don't worry, Beowulf is safe. I back up my work. Good man. Yeah, I have cloud storage for a reason. And oh no, Grant, I was going to ask about backups. Yeah. In fact, I have the type that I can actually work. I can take my iPad, and I have a little keyboard, a little Bluetooth keyboard for it that. Okay, I've had some shows where nothing's happening, nothing at all. And so if I've got Wi-Fi, I'll pull it up and I can pull up my files and I can either read stuff online or sometimes I can write on some of it too. It's really good. And she's climbing off the ledge. I mean, trimming down the hedge. I mean, saying the pledge. I mean, writing on the edge. And that's CKOEPP.com. Thank you, Christian. And Ink Creations, you were a part of CromCon while I was walking around with the live. That's what I was doing. Haha. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. I'm glad someone was helping us out on that. See, you were a godsend this weekend. Just being there with your smile and watching you take everything, and that was so much fun. And I mean that in a loving way. I really do. And you're awesome. And seriously, check out Eight Cuff Creation. Check out her broadcast channel on YouTube. You see she's on YouTube. Please go like and subscribe to that. Keisha has got a good start to a great broadcast going. So please get in on the ground floor. I'm telling you that now. Brian Robin says, and folks, we are only $206 away from reaching our first stretch goal. I thought you'd made it, but I'm glad to be wrong. If we can reach 2,500, everyone, digital backers will get digital copies. We'll get a 5x7 art print of the Nebulizer illustrated by old porn sack Hawkins himself. Oh, and who couldn't use some porn sack in their life? And the Nebulizer is about a chronic asthmatic named Connor and his feisty AI-controlled nebulizer suit, as they fight through a post-apocalyptic world filled with allergen mutants. It's Bubble Boy and meets I Am Legend with a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sprinkled in there for funsies. Hard to head to bit.ly /the Neb1 and find out why it ain't easy being wheezy. Or anyone else from the Jeffersons, please check out that book. It looks like so much fun, and Brian has put his heart and soul into that, and it shows. It seriously shows. Let's get Brian to his first stretch goal. I thought you'd made it already. That was my bad, but let's get him across that first goal line, okay? And Angie, hi Grant. I actually have 3 external hard drives. One stays in the car in case of fire. Wow, that's backing up. I'm proud of you. And this week on Creative as Hail, we'll chat with actor Santiago Cirillo. I know him. Hey-o! The only man on this planet who's louder than me. Check out Creative as Hail this coming Thursday at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central. Sandwiched by Comic Book Spectrum at 7. And if you abandon us for Amy, we will love you just the same. And also preceding Joe Dog McKeel and the Skunk Rocker and the whole bunch of great guys on Stupid O'Clock at 9 p.m. Eastern. So check it out. Thursday nights, we take care. We are a cure for boring Thursday nights. That's what we are. And ACAF Creation says, if you guys rewatch the show, then we show about 3 hours in. Yeah, there we go. And you are very smart, Grant. I wish everyone did that. Seriously. I saw it, Keisha. Look good. Oh, excellent. And the Rising Tide Broadcast Network says 40 hours to go on hybrids when news eventually you will have won to get in on the ground floor. Seriously. And that's the beautiful thing about this campaign is that even though there's 7 issues in, it's still the ground floor. You can get back issues, including hopefully the trade paperback, in which I have a story with Eric S. Hawkins. It's good stuff. Christian Basil, The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS this Tuesday, continues its discussion. What if the Peter Cushing movie Doctor could regenerate? Who would have been after him? We go over more actors that could have been in the movie title role this Tuesday. Excuse me, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. George Lazenby. He would... There we go. They would call him the Christopher Eccleston of Doctor Who. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, it's about that time. Don't die, feed cookie. I got to run now myself. Everyone enjoy your day of remembrance and be at work on time tomorrow. You have to make up for this day off. That is true. Thank you, Joe Dog. Joe Dog, brother, you stay healthy. You take care of yourself today. And actually, Cookie's off today. So we're not really pressing to get the lunch in today as we would. And we got pizza. We bought pizza in Peoria, so we're happy. Angie Duda says, my compy was 13 years old. It was about time it died. I didn't want to pay the money, but I'm looking forward to being able to work faster. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. You being an artist, you need a fast computer. That is one of the goals for when we get monetized on YouTube is we will replace the current computer here, which is about 6 years old, which for a laptop is, makes it almost Methuselah-like. But we will be getting a high-speed computer, probably even a gaming computer, so that we can do more special effects on here and make the show more visually interesting. So anyway, so yeah, I 13. That is amazing, man. I knew. I have a friend who had an Apple that he made his Mac last like I think in excess of 20 years. And he was just beside himself because he's like, he looked at the prices of Macs from like 20 years before versus what they are now. And he's like, how the hell am I going to afford one of those things? But anyway, we can't afford to ignore Brian Rodman. He says, in all seriousness, thank you so much to those who have backed. Thank you for having the campaign. You are why these campaigns are so much fun. We love you all so much. So thankful to be a Nevermorian. I am too. We are a supportive community. In fact, a lot of people, I have it on good authority that a lot of people who are not Nevermorians look at us and just marvel at the community we have. Well, it's because of the people who are in it. It is not me. It is, oh God, it is not me. But it is people like Brian and Cindy and Carl and Grant and Bill, everybody here who participates in these discussions. And when we announce a project, if they can't or don't want to partake of it, they share the message. They get the message out and they support people emotionally and say, you keep doing what you're doing. And that's why we had our own section at the Indie Author Book Expo, because, you guys are an amazing group. And there's people who want to tap into this mojo, but they come in thinking, well, what can they do for me? And it doesn't work that way. In fact, there's somebody right now who's, going around with a thing saying rise above, what we've been saying to each other for ages. And they're just now getting it, and trying to make it sound like they came up with it. But it's you guys that have been doing it. You support each other. You support me. You share the love. When we have something, happens, we concentrate the love. And that's where it comes from. There's a lot of people with no love in their hearts. And the brains in the back of their pants that can't see that. This is how it works because you guys make it happen. Bill Sargent says the bird's the word. When you get CityCap's nice and nifty newsletter, it's filled with feathery fun and uplifting fulfillment. So sign up for Cindy's newsletter today at ckoepb.com. It's really something to tweet about. It really is. It comes out around the 25th of the month, and I look forward to it. I really do. And Metropolis in July, we're all going to die. Yeah, seriously. And, it's like, I'm going to have to carry like a, like a 5-gallon backpack of iced water with me and refill it like every 10 minutes. Metropolis is hotter than hell in July. It is right next to the Ohio River. So it's not only hot, it's humid too. And I have seen people come down with heat stroke down there. And the heat stroke is dangerous. It seriously is. It's kind of like imagine your body is your automobile and your radiator ain't working right. You know what I'm saying? It is. Yeah, seriously, it is a potentially lethal condition. And I have been down there in August. It is freaking hot. It is beyond freaking hot. It is, it's where people from hell go to vacation. But it's going to be a good time. The Superman celebration, but it's going to be hot. And check out YouTube there with the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Let's get Christian to the next level there. And yes, feed Cookie, hashtag bring Cookie home. She's here right now. Anyway, updates from Angie Dudas. Rant. Beowulf #2 Kickstarter launches tomorrow. I'll be on Ted Davies Show at 10 a.m. tomorrow, then Indie Vault at 9, and of course, Clever Tile pending 1 week from tomorrow. That's when the fun really begins. It'll be great. And turkey cranberry jelly with brie grilled is delicious. Oh my God. If you see a dark patch starting here, it's from the drool. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I haven't had it with like turkey inside, but oh man, that does sound good. But yeah, we saw the thing with the jelly years ago on there was a guy named David Rosengarten worked for one of the like Gourmet, I think it was, and he was like their He hosted everything for a few years. He was kind of what, then later it was Emerald Lagasse was on everything, and now it's like Guy Fieri's on everything, or Bobby Flay's on everything, or Rachel Ray. He was, Food Network has one guy that's on everything, every show they have. And for a while, this David Rosengard, who was really low key but funny. He was doing like a game show they did. Ted Allen too, I should say that. Although I haven't watched Food Channel in very close to 10 years now. Dang, I hope these people are still alive. But I heard Guy Fieri signed a new sweetheart deal with the network. But anyway, no, turkey, cranberry jelly, and brie grilled. Yeah. Oh, Kelly, I'm so on board with that. Christian Basil says at noon today, go to YouTube on the Legend Traveling TARDIS or on the other YouTube channel, and we found our classic episode of our very first interview with the lovely Katie Manning. Please aware at the time we were recording this classic episode, we were recording for the audio podcast using Skype. We apologize in advance if visually things appear different. Okay. I've like I said, I've seen stuff that I did just a year ago, and I've got a lot to apologize for. But anyway, please check out the show right after this, okay? And Cindy Kep says most of the QuadCon tables are 40 to 70 depending on the venue. Very affordable. And you get to hang around Cindy Kep, so what could be better? And Kelly Gutner hosts Back of the Cereal Box Presents Back Issue Breakfast Club. And she's awesome at it. She's awesome at everything she does. I'm envious of her. And for this from Small Press Publisher, less than 26 minutes till time to feed Cookie. Actually, it was 3 minutes ago, but I'm trying to catch up. Thank you, Jody McPhee. And everyone have a great day. Much love and hugs to all. Kathy Jackson, much love to you and your family. Great hanging with you and Matt. It was super. And I'll say quiet after this so you can finish your show. Love you, Brian. Have a wonderful day. Love you too, Grant. You're the best. You're awesome. Cindy Cap, I'm looking forward to the IAB in Des Moines. I wish I could be there. I really do. I would have loved to have taken Cookie to the mall there because that was a neat venue. But I will be back. But unfortunately, I'd already committed to the Imaginarium. Or not unfortunately, but unfortunately, I can't be there with you guys. But we're going to have fun in Louisville with Brian Rodman, making his first public appearance since the Sharona Miley Cyrus Peter pandemic began. So please, please, please come check us out in Louisville. We'll be having more info on that as it comes around. And everyone have a great day, says Carl Witzman. Lots of book sales too. You got that right, Carl. God, it was so good to see you, man. And the real John B. Pica on YouTube says, Kickstarter creators, thinking about doing a Kickstarter to get money to fix the work of the letterer I hired from Fiverr. I figure $1,500 will do it. Thoughts? More than. In fact, right now, Brian Rodman, if you're listening, get in touch with John Pica. You too, Grant Lanker. Get in touch with John Pica. Talk to him about lettering. Anyone right now who is listening, John is looking for a new letterer. He had some bad experience. And we need to fix this man up with a decent letterer. I sent out some feelers, John, to some other letterers I know. So, but anyway, please get in touch with John B. Pica. If you need help with getting in touch with him, get in touch with me and I'll get you in touch. And Brian Rahman says, I know starting next year, I'm going to head north and do a couple Nevermorian shows. Best news I've heard all day. The cost will be worth it just to hang out with you all in person. I'm so excited for my first Nevermorian show right here in Louisville. Imaginarium is going to be a blast. Yeah, and you've got some Nevermorian showing up there, brother. And for the League of Impossibilists issue number 1. And yeah, I agree with Joe. $1,500 for a letter is way too much. You know, if you were to buy like a professional letterer, I say professional, I'm talking about like a Tom Orzechowski or a John Costanza or or someone from Comic Craft. $1,500 would be a lot. But I would think anyone with halfway decent Photoshop skills. And John, this is a copy of a book they should get. It is available on Amazon from Comic Craft by Richard Starkings and John Rochelle, Roshell, Rochelle, with original stories by Jeff Loeb, Ian Churchill, Kurt Busiek, and Stuart Immelman, with a Brian Boland cover. Does this get better and better? But no, this is if I were well versed in Photoshop, I could use this book. But as it is, I like the pretty pictures. But anyway, this book is still good, and this was written, oh God, how long ago? But it's like the history of computer lettering. But you could hire somebody. Go to comiccraft.com. and see if what their prices are. I'm serious, John. But check it out. But anyway, please check it out. And back in the cereal box, when is StreamYard releasing teams? They had something on that last night, John. It will be sometime this summer, they are saying, which is wonderful. Yeah, that's the other thing I was trying to think of earlier. Teams, which basically, if someone were to come on, were a regular show, as it is now. This is what I used to do with the previous people I did this show with. That you got onto an account and you learn, like if you were part of my network, if we wanted to do everything on here, I would give you my password, which I don't remember. I have it written down somewhere. And then once you signed in, you had 15 minutes for me to confirm you, because basically you were logging in as me. And we'd have separate chapters and everything, places for our own shows. But this way with the teams, what can happen is, let's say I make John part of my team, or Kelly, or Carl, or anyone, and I could assign them a certain set of roles, which would allow them to log on under their own login, get into the directing part of the show, and they would have a certain level of ability to manipulate the look and sound of the show. Whereas, like, if we bring on a guest, like with Cover Title Pending, they don't have that control. But let's say for Comic Book Spectrum, I could and would give Brian, Clyde Hall, and Eric a certain amount of control, so that if something happened to me with my funky internet, sometimes they could take over the show and have it run smoothly. So yeah, all they said was this summer. And very soon, it and the click and drag. Those are the two things. If they get those up onto the StreamYard platform on the pro level, I'm done. I'm ready. That's all I need right now. There are some requests. I'm like, really? Really? Yeah, it's like, yeah, I get it. It'd make your life a lot simpler, but maybe you need to simplify what you do. I can't think of anything that anyone else has suggested that I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, we've got to have this. And like I said, more one-click access to other venues. That's about it. Broadcast platforms. That's about it. And let's say back in the cereal box again. We are on the same page. Turkey, cranberry, and brie. Yum. Oh man, I'm getting some food love going here. Let's see here. Anyway, I had another dump here. Comment dump. Let's see. All right. Yes. Okay. We caught up. Yeah. And, but anyway, there is, back in the cereal box. Please check out and subscribe to that channel. So this summer is the long answer. And 11:43. I'll catch you guys Wednesday. Joe Doug McKeel. Much love, brother. Hope you have a great day and have a wonderful day. You too. Keisha, thank you for Saturday. It was so great. And I have heard late June, John. That's just around the corner. I hope so. And, John, if you hear it from me or Joe Dog, take Joe Dog as gospel. He's a little more connected than I am. So he's part of the team that's out to destroy StreamYard, so they know how to build it better. And don't forget to tip your host, Cindy Kep. Thank you. And don't forget CKOEPP on Patreon, so you can support this wonderful lady directly and bring Cookie home and bring Cindy home too. I'm working to get us all home so we can do this all day. And to see even more Kelly Gooner, check out this past Saturday's Back on the Cereal Box episode. Then is now. She was an awesome co-host. She is awesome at everything she does. It's a wonder she associates with us mere mortals. And I'm happy about that too, Carl, says Carlene. And hello, Facebook user. Howdy to you. Hope your morning's going well so far. And Lou Motion, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. And congratulations on the latest The Creeps magazine. Wonderful stories by you. And back on Cereal Box, but thinking more about Kickstarter. I've done 3 failed Kickstarter campaigns in the past and just don't know that it works for me. No, John, in this case, Kickstarter works. Kickstarter works. What you have to do is there are people, and I can steer you to a few people. In fact, there's people here, you can't spit without hitting one, including me, who can advise you on what you might have been doing wrong that didn't attract the right people. Also, you've got a larger broadcast platform now. That will help you immensely. But yeah, let's talk, man. And let's talk to Zoltar, man. Good to see you, man. How are you doing? Good afternoon to you, because it's afternoon now where I'm at. And no, it's not nerves, says Brian Rahman. It's the weather. This is usually the time when Brian has to stay inside like a hermit till the pumpkins come out. Summer is the worst. Oh, man. Well, we will do everything to keep you safe at Imaginarium. I promise you that. Back at Zero Box says, are usually either fund everything out of my own pocket or learn to do it myself. And I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do with the lettering issue. Well, like I said, get a copy of this book. It is $10 on Amazon. It's worth it. Seriously. There's a lot of good information. Even I know it, and I don't know Photoshop that well. I know it mostly in theory, not in practice. But I've already paid out almost $1,000 in my own pocket for a letterer who did not deliver the job I paid him for and will not do any revisions. But doing it myself is going to delay the project. It's going to delay the project anyway. But no, talk to some people. Please get in touch with John B. Pica. But I agree, $1,000 is probably for competent lettering. You can turn to somebody in the independent market and get it much, much less expensively. I'm sure one of them will do it for $1,500, but you're gonna be unhappy. And by 2 or 3 months, then if that's what it takes, John, then that's what it takes, and this is how you learn. And that's it. If you treat the first few Kickstarters you do as a learning experience and figure out what you did not do that you should have, then, and I shouldn't really say that you did it wrong. You just did not maximize your efficiency. But talk to somebody like Eric Hawkins or Brian Rodman or, Grant Lankard, who, oh my God, Grant Lankard had so many great questions when he started. Now he is consulting people. Or Lisa Malone. Definitely. She'll talk to you for free and give you advice. Brian Rodman, but it definitely provides a wonderful opportunity to work on books. Seriously. Yeah, it does. Well, that's what I get for sleeping in. Friggin' asthma can suck it, says Brian Rodman. It's that time. Don't die. Feed Cookie. I will. Thank you so much for all you do, my friend. Thank you, Brian. You were in there with me too. I couldn't do it without your help. So thankful for your friendship, as am I. And so thankful for all you Nevermorians. Have a great day, folks. Hashtag bring Cookie home and hashtag laugh like an allergent mutant. Okay, we'll try it. Sneeze. Water your eyes. Ooh. There we go. I think I just got myself another voice gig. And great shoe as always. Thank you, Ed Sullivan. But the shoehorn really hurt my foot. Well, you didn't blow in the right end. I got to do my elusive weekly grocery shopping. So did I. I'm learning a lot from Carl Witzman. You know where all the Kraken is now. Good for you. Everyone take the time to say a prayer for all the soldiers who gave their lives to protect our family. Vaya con Dios, amigos. Happy trails till we meet again. Bill Sarn, Sarnar76 on Facebook, where everything old is new again. Check out his great art. And wait, we got an extra show today. Cool. I may make an announcement then. Oh, really? When, my friend? When? Please promote, my friend. We got to help you out here. And we're headed out, says Amy Hale, on a motorcycle day trips in a bit. So need to go. Have a great and safe day, everyone. Amy, thank you for being here, darling. Mwah, thank you for Saturday. Seriously, you and John, love you guys so much and so happy. And thank you for the eggs. It was great. And Brian, why don't you do Kickstarter for the Rising Tide Network? Because it never occurred to me. I am so busy helping other people, I forget myself. Oh my God. I love you, John. I just never dawned on me I could do that. Oh God. I'll have to work on that. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. And Molly Day, it's good to see you. Late to the party, was up till 2 a.m. watching the Indy 500. A damn mandatory work day. Couldn't go in person. Oh, I forgot that was yesterday. I gotta watch. I gotta find out who won. That's great. I haven't been able to watch in 10 years because I don't watch TV. So, oh my God. Oh, I just got gobsmacked. Carlene says, "Feed, don't die." Excuse me. Feed Donna. Get her more coffee. Carl Witzman, paging Carl Witzman. You're wanted on the white phone right next to the coffee pot. Anyway, Molly, Dennis, glad you all had a great time at IABE. We had a fantastic time, Molly. And next time, you got to come with us, darling. You got to come with us. Oh my God, we just spent the day laughing and hugging and just talking face to face. It was such a joy hanging out with these wonderful people. And next year, if not before, Molly, definitely. And there will be opportunities. Well, Molly will be at NonCon with Donna, Carlene, and Carl, and myself, and Amy Hale, and John B. Pica, hopefully, and whole bunch of great people. And I just got Carly's hint. See everyone on Wednesday, Carl. Good man. Don't die. Get Donna coffee. And Molly Daniels, Carlene, tell Carl to check his messenger. Just sent pictures. Really? Whoa, is this something we should know about or shouldn't? Anyway, Carl, take care. Molly, good for you. And we are still waiting on confirmation for our booth and artist alley for Superman Celebration. Yeah. Well, sometimes it takes a while. I hope I warned you about that. And Carl Witzman, check your message. You have something from Molly later. Oh, Donna, mwah, thank you for being here, sweetheart. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. And Molly Daniels just paid her QuadCon invoice this past week and just got my instruction email. Cool. And Kelly, again, we are on the same page. Turkey and cranberry, yum. All right, we read that. And the letterer page is usually around $5 a page based on recent research. Yeah. Talk to Cindy too. Maybe if you like her lettering, talk to her about her letterer. And Brian, I am blushing. I find blushes on women, beautiful women, very beguiling, Kelly. So anyway, that's just gotten worse. And Comics Launch was a great resource. I went from totally clueless to be able to run a Kickstarter in 3 months. Yeah, seriously, I use Comics Launch too. I just kind of peripherally, and there was some good advice there. There seriously was. But also Lisa Malone of Malone Promotions. She will talk to you about your Kickstarter, consult for free, and even run it for you for a percentage. And Brian, I just spit my coffee out. Wow, I now can't draw an allergen mutant without hearing that laugh. Mark down which episode this was, so when we go audio, I'll do that voice too. How's that, Brian? I'm glad I can help. And all right, guys and gals, I gotta head out. Time for Pilates. Well, John, keep up the good work, man. You're looking good, man. You seriously are. And keep me posted on the letter thing. I hope to help you with that. And Brian Round, and Brian, if you do a Kickstarter for the Rising Tide, I am there the whole way. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. I got to think about it, really. And Rerun Indy 500 did something weird. Went to commercial at lap 110, returned at lap 138. What the hell? No, I understand that. I've seen that in the past where because the broadcast, it doesn't want to be the Oscars. And if nothing of note happens, nothing more exciting than, say, a new leader, unless there was some sort of spectacular driving that happened, generally they let the commercials run and just keep the race running. It is not totally, we break into, to show you that car 33 is now car 32 sort of thing. Although I would love it. But yeah, it's mostly because of time limitations that they don't do that. And from the desk of a small press publisher, I am shocked my name has not come up about asking about letterers. Well, talk to Jody McPhee. Yeah, because, I assume that, because you're a comic book letterer, you would put your hat in the ring. So contact John. Seriously. It's your chance to make $1,500. And Molly Daniels, I missed the only major crash of the entire race. I'm not a crash fan. It scares me. Seriously. Although one thing that did attract me was the fact, for a while watching the Indy 500, I always loved the 500. Never got into NASCAR, really. It's a little too competitive, if you will, for me. But I love, one of my favorite things was Danny Sullivan. The year he was coming around, I think it was turn 3, and it was like a triple crash, and he got around him, kind of did a swerve, and then got control of his car, and it was some of the most amazing driving I have ever seen in my life. So anyway, P38, how'd that get in the race? Yeah, or it could be U235. I don't know. There's a lot of cars out there, and it was one of my faves. Graham Rail, yes, that's one of the reasons I was pissed. The other was Hello won again. Boo! Although it was exciting to watch his wins at Molly Daniels. Okay, Spin and Win, 1985. That's the one. 1985. That was a beautiful race. And yeah, there were some crashes. There always are. But watching Danny Sullivan come around that corner, OMG, that was amazing. That was superb driving. That is sportsmanship. That really is. So, and now we are caught up with your comments. Thank you all very much for some enlightening comments. Really, think about the Kickstarter for this, and it's like, wow, it's a thought. So anyway, we will mull over that, but we're going to be working on our newsletter today, so we've got to get that done. Then we got to feed cooking, we got to go grocery shopping, and you have to stay and be creative. So Molly Daniel says, I have Danny's autograph. Well, you lucky girl, I'm fanboying right now. And there's been a slight wreck in the far turn involving 35 cards, yes. And we've got a winner. Good old Bob. We're on the same page, darling. And thanks for hosting the adventure. Thank you for being here, Cindy. Thank you for being a major part of it. And I'm glad you did well at QuadCon. I'm so happy for you. So yeah, talking about racing, this is our victory lap for the Nevermorians. We made an impression in Peoria, and a good one. Who would have guessed? And we had fun, and we made some money. It sounds like we all had a great weekend, or at least most of us. Sorry about your computer, Grant, but you'll get that. You backed up. You'll get it going again. So anyway, and the days of Unser versus Andretti, says from the desk of a small press publisher. Yeah, I miss those little rivalries like that. There's some really great driving, some really incredible sportsmanship, and yeah, I love the Indy 500. I really do. I don't care for the races, the NASCAR, where they're bumping against each other deliberately. It's like you see that sometimes at Indy 500, but it's usually an accident, and both. And that's the thing. Now you have crashes where, like, I can remember back when the upper limits of the race were like in the upper, 100, miles per hour, like say, around 190 or something like that. And people were dying, unfortunately, or crippled by accidents. And you see now guys doing 200 plus, hitting a wall, hitting each other, and they get up and walk away so they can beat the crap out of the other guys. That's the third thing I love seeing. And final word from Brian Rodman. Seriously, message me and we can brainstorm about that Kickstarter for Rising Tide. Dude, I have some fun ideas. I gotta wrap my head around it, but yeah, we'll do this. I'm serious. I'm gobsmacked. I really am. How often do you see me gobsmacked, huh? Usually I'm the gobsmacker. Anyway, shut up, Christian. And yes, and Connor Daly did well yesterday. Next year when I'm there in person again, cross his fingers. Well, let's hope by next year we're all closer to normal, and I'm not meaning moving to Bloomington, Illinois, and I'll shut up and go get in the shower. Well, pictures or it didn't happen. Anyway. That's a way to cheer us up. Anyway, hope you all have a great day. And we're going to get, we want to thank you all for your involvement in today's show. We ran a little long, but we all got most of us have the day off. But anyway, we hope you take this day. And again, please remember the people who gave their very lives so that we can do this kind of silly shit. Sorry for the S word there. I didn't say snow. But anyway, the fact that we can do what we do creatively, a large part of that is because of people who have made sacrifices in centuries past to make sure that we have a place where we can do what we do as we do it. And yeah, it ain't perfect, but a lot of people, there are people that try to get over here on cardboard rafts because, why do you think we have, the immigration problem? Note the air quotes. Because we have such a wonderful country that we often take for granted, and sometimes each other, but I know that isn't you guys. So please keep those who have given their lives for this country and their families and friends also keep them all in your mind, and just, send out a little positive energy today and make the universe a little bit better, just as these people do here on the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network. All these times are Eastern, but check out 7 days a week. We've got your information and entertainment covered. And tomorrow we've got TED Talks with Grant Lankard as the special guest. That's going to be incredibly fun. Followed by, in the evening, we'll give a shout out to our buddy Christian Basil for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and he's going to continue to talk about what if Peter Cushing, the original movie Doctor Who, became the first television one, or who would follow him in the role? Would it be an American? Would it be someone else from the Great British Empire? Who would it be? Tune in and find out. And then at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, we will be talking with the hashtag Most Epic Michael Watson. He's got a brand new book coming out, and he'll be talking about Kickstarter, why it's important to him, and all of his great drawing shows and interview shows. He does a lot of broadcasting, and he's a super, super artist and a super cool and fun guy. Please check him out tomorrow night and bring your best questions. It'll be a lot of fun. And we'll be back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. for another Nevermind the Furthermore. Also, please, thank you to our Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a monthly subscription service that allows you to directly back and support your favorite creators. And many of these people have their own Kickstarter, or their own Patreon accounts. So please check them out too. But it's not like you're just throwing money at us and we are grateful. You're also getting something in return. For instance, I have a weekly blog that everyone on my Patreon gets to see. I also have, at the $5 a month level, you get to see advanced looks at my new book, The Terrors. It's the first draft, and I don't show my first draft to Cookie most of the time, but it turned out good, and I think you'll love it. If you love superheroic stuff from the 40s, this is your cup of tea. So anyway, please check out my Patreon account at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And we'll hook you up. Check out what we can offer you. Something else we've got going right now is the brand new books. Get into Bobby Nash's shorts. That's snow shorts, that is. BobbyNash.com. But this book is available on Amazon. It's by me. It's a real quick read in the crime adventure sort of genre. If you like things like Die Hard and action films like that, you're going to love Snow Ambition by myself. It's only 99 cents, available right now on Amazon. And what else have we got? And that's it for now. So anyway, folks, thank you for being here. We appreciate your patronage as always. Please check out the ads that we're going to follow this show with, and check out all the links that you saw. Don't forget Animal Eye #1, the Nebulizer #1, and Animal Eye and Hybrids, the Sons of Gods #7 from Luke Stone and Nicholas Tockard are wrapping up in the next week or so. So please support them while you can. Give the Nebulizer some love because it's fantastic. It looks gorgeous. And they're part of us. We support our community. And thank you again to Jen Thompson for the best Saturday I've had in ages. Thank you to everyone who showed up at the Indie Author Book Expo. And we will do this again. In fact, we'll do this show this coming Wednesday at 10 a.m. And hopefully there'll be no Microsoft updates. So anyway, as always, folks, please like, share, and subscribe to this show if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Especially give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe on YouTube. Also check us out on risingtide.pub, where tomorrow at 5 p.m., we will be unleashing the brand new newsletter. I'm going to be recording the video for that as soon as this show is over. So please check it out. We've got all kinds of cool secret links this month, as well as a great writing quote, and all kinds of information you can use, I hope. So please check us out at risingtide.pub. There's a link towards the top of the page where you can sign yourself up for it, or send me your your email address. I will not share it with anyone. The list stays with me. I crave you too much. So anyway, folks, thank you for listening, and hope you have a great Veterans Day today. Remember those who have fallen to give us what we have today, and enjoy the rest of your holiday. And we'll see you again tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. Eastern, and on Wednesday for a regular Nevermind the Furthermore. So as always, folks, thank you very much for being here, and as always, remember, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Thank you for being here. Have a great Memorial Day, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Hello there, super friends. I'm Kelly Gittner of Phoenix Sisters Cosplay and Back Issue Breakfast Club on the Back of the Cereal Box Network. Or you might just know me because you're interested in the Virtual Super Friends Celebration. If you don't know what the Virtual Super Friends Celebration is, I'm here to tell you about it. This is a perfectly free virtual convention that's coming up Friday, June 11th through Sunday, June 13th. This will be hosted on Phoenix Sisters Cosplay, our YouTube, and our Facebook. So links down here. And this convention, it's completely free for you to participate in. You can log in and watch the live streams, or you can watch the reruns if you don't have the time to watch the live streams. If you watch live streams, there is an audience participation aspect. This con is also a charity. And we are supporting the Actors Fund. And the reason we chose this charity is because the Actors Fund benefits, we're not talking about the blockbuster actors that are bringing in millions of dollars or billions of dollars per film. We are talking about people in the entertainment industry who were hit hard by this last year or who were hit hard by other hard times. The Actors Fund is there for them because raising money for a good cause, and you're getting a whole weekend's worth of entertainment, all from the comfort of your living room. So what more could you ask for, really? I hope you join us.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the golden age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com.
This is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Vault podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Vault, indievault.com, the Indie Vault YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Vault sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.